And Kelly's gonna be brought along with this madness.
I mean, I'm gonna drag you into it. You can come if you want, though.
Yeah, you can kind of do your own thing if you really want to. It's just me and me and Allison are kind of fine with getting arrested if you're not.
We're going to juvie.
We've accepted our fate as juvenile delinquents. You know.
Plus, I've been labeled as someone who causes trouble no matter what I do. So fuck it, I'm embracing it.
This is kind of our fault to a certain extent.
To a certain extent.
It's almost like I've been trying to be friendly and logical, but you guys label me as the one that's always going to ruin a situation.
Have I?
Who's the real monster here?
Is it the monster? Are those labeling them as a monster?
Okay, I have my stream up and active, just a heads up.
I don't mean to point fingers at you as well, Agent. You know how. I just gotta sow seeds of suspicion.
Causing chaos.
Yeah, you know. As much as Agent may or may not cause chaos, everyone knows it's really my fault this is all happening.
Yeah.
Okay, but to be honest though, like, Agent kind of sus. No.
Bitch, I'm gonna vet you into the forest.
Just straight out into the woods.
Just fucking straight up sus. I didn't see him at school today. Nah, fam, I was at Ted's house doing electrical.
So I'm gonna bring my character over to her house and listen to things, since that's probably where we're gonna be starting is at home again.
Also, who has the other walkie-talkie that I gave? Also, who?
I don't know.
Give it to one of you monkeys.
I have it. I have it.
Kelly has the thing.
Yeah, because she took it from Trevor. I believe, because Trevor was the one that had the walkie-talkie, and then at one point or another, I kind of went, "Okay, can I have that, please?"
Can I have the talking stick?
I think Kelly was the one with it.
I don't know. That's not, all I remember was punching a deer. Or kicking.
All I remember is failing all 12 dice.
Yeah.
I'm a master at failing.
Don't just say that. You'll do great this run. It'll be fine.
That's what you think.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, as the man who's been ridiculed by being an alien and then turned out being an alien, for the one that actually believed in me being my inner alien, being an outer alien, I believe in you being the inner chaotic person inside yourself. Shut up and accept my belief.
I believe I will fail.
I'm going to fucking smack you with my alien limbs.
Cool.
I just don't know what to say anymore at this point. There's just
nothing
nothing.
Kumar, going to be coming into.
Yeah, give me a second. It's being slow, but that's just, it is what it is. I have stuff running in the background that I need loading and stuff to be able to do things.
Oh boy.
Don't worry about it. It's fine.
I'm worried about it.
Stop worrying about things. Why do you always gotta worry about me? Worry about him.
I'm worried about all of you.
Out of all the people in this room, the one who's currently playing God, and the one that's willing to smite God in the fact that he wishes to raid a compound, and the one who's willing to join them to raid the compound, you are worried about the man who is currently having stuff loaded on his computer.
Which is one of the people who want to raid the compound.
Just, hey, listen, I'm an accomplice. I get a lighter sentence.
Listen, we're Mandalorians. This is just how we do business.
This is the way.
This is the way.
Don't question our shit. We just do what we need to.
I'm Star-Lord in the making.
Hold up.
Good lord.
Listen, you have to understand. It's our religion to cause chaos.
Weapons are
yeah. I don't know what I'd be doing today if I split up from you guys.
I don't know.
Get a coffee?
Have a nice time with your family. Spend time with your family before the all-chaotic doom ends the world and the race as we know it, as an alien species comes in to destroy the entire town we live upon and which we stand against.
No one respawn, he's gonna toss something chaotic at my face.
I think he's gonna toss chaotic at all of our
It's
faces.
springtime.
Fucking- It's like we're talking doom and destruction. Fucking Respawn's flocking the flowers, just like springtime.
Springtime.
I just imagine the skeleton with a really big and bushy white beard and a white suit now.
It's fucking springtime. Look at the
It's
frogs.
time. It's time for the flowers to grow.
It's time to murder a child. What?
Okay, hold up now.
The grass will grow, the flowers will bloom, the sun is shining.
On days like this, kids like us should be burning in hell.
Hold up now. I didn't ask for any of this.
Respawn are gonna move Trevor and Riley.
Yes, I suppose I will move people back to their homes.
Wait, why was I moved in the first place?
'Cause
We
you guys
ended-
didn't move yourselves back to your homes after.
We ended the
Ah.
session off after doing something with Rosie.
Ah, yes, I forgot. The gloves that we
Yeah.
left with the man that is currently not here.
Yes.
We can say we can say he probably spent his time trying to figure him out, or something. Admittedly,
Yeah,
like a few weeks passed, but you know how it is.
Hey, Trevor, how's it go? Where's your house? Oh, you see, I was testing the gloves, and I made some new foundation renovations. Oh, so where's the giant hole that's leading into your bedroom? That was test 1. And the hole in your kitchen? That was test 2. And the hole in your floor? That kind of came out of nowhere. But there's hole people in there now.
Oh my god.
But what's in the hole? Well, where's my CD?
Oh
It's in
my-
the hole.
17 again?
Where's your
Where-
mother?
Where is your
She's
sister?
in the hole too.
Oh, good lord.
She's at work. Where's she work? In the hole.
Where are the police?
Oh, they're in the hole. It's a good bit.
It's a good solid. It's a
Oh
solid
my god.
bit.
Anyways. So, I suppose we might as well get started. Who wants to go over what happened last time? And before anyone points fingers, it can't be Agent and it can't be Oblivion.
Hmm.
Because one of them
Maybe-
wasn't here last time and one of them isn't here now.
Secretly, I am Oblivion.
Oh.
Okay, so basically it was scheming and thought night. Basically talking to each other, trying to figure out a game plan of sorts, and kind of figuring out in the sense of yeah, the zombified animals that we dealt with a few weeks back, yeah, they might be connected to the Weasel Incorporation.
Now hold on.
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah, because it turns out from Miss William Ryder's talk with Kelly, it seems like the last time these such creatures happened to be around, like a bad case of quote-unquote rabies, it happened to be at the same time as the Weasel's CEO being around. And it happened, and there was not any other cases like that throughout the was it like 20 years since this occurred past Respawn?
Oh, it's been quite some time.
Yeah, but it's been kind of just this there has been not any activity as such as the quote-unquote rabid animals incident ever since, and that quote-unquote rabies case that happened back in when the CEO was first around maybe have a connection to the CEO and also is showing up again, but we know it's not rabies.
Good. I think.
William Ryder also told Kelly that he's actually gonna go out and watch the CEO for a little bit, because that actually actually thinking about it, yeah, maybe keeping an eye on the guy could possibly help us out with figuring out some stuff. So, and that's what we basically were doing the last session. We're talking and trying to figure out things. Riley messed around with a gun, with the laser gun, and proceeded to pull that apart and build it back together again a few hundred times.
Reverse engineering is a very hard process, but I'm getting there.
And also, we actually did something with the gloves and Miss Rosie. We actually, had Trevor make contact with Miss Rosie with the gloves, and now, yeah, the gloves are not as demonic anymore. Letters changed. Also, the symbol on the back has changed into like a flower, I believe.
Oh boy.
So yeah, so that changed a bit.
Cool.
We don't know what the gloves do now, but yeah. So yeah, that's what happened.
Ta-da!
Well, Agent, do you have any questions?
Monkey make clang clang sound with symbols.
God
We're
fucking
going
damn
to
it.
assume he paid attention and move on.
Yeah, I agree with this statement.
Because that's basically going to be like, unless you guys do it yourselves at some point, that's basically going to be what the others told him at some point in the interim between sessions.
Yeah.
Yep. Our fighter, everyone.
Listen, Teddy stick go whack.
Oh my god.
So what day is it today?
It is a Monday. It is the 9th of March.
So it's a school day.
Oh boy.
It is a school day.
Time to pull the fire alarm again.
God fucking damn it.
Ugh. Who would like to talk about, perchance dreams they have had, things they've done in the meantime?
Oh boy. I think I'll save mine for last. Agent, Oogie, you guys can go first.
All right, that's not.
concerning. That's concerning.
Oh, hey, Kella.
No, here's the thing. After last time, I didn't want to like make anyone shy and be like, "Well, I can't do mine now." After I don't want to curb stop anyone at this point or do anything bad. So it's just like I'm gonna let everyone else go first.
Curse stop. You put out an interesting possible storyline element into your character.
Well, now I'm self-conscious. So let me be me.
I vote respawn. How was your morning?
Oh yeah. Oh, I woke up way earlier than I normally do, like a few hours before noon. And I thought to myself, can I go back to sleep? And the answer was no, and so I've been up ever since.
Damn.
Just kind of snacking and vibing and existing and thinking about the session today and making sure I didn't get distracted and lose track of time. And now there's a cat here who wants attention.
Mr. Mittens?
Kella.
Oh.
They seem a
Pet
bit more
the
interested in watching out the window, though.
I'll start. Kelly just has some random dream. It's Kelly, so not much going on with her in a sense of dream-wise, except for when that first incident occurred. But But she kind of just wakes up in the morning, does her usual bit of just getting herself dressed, brushing out her already pretty messy hair, and just kind of just getting ready for school and such. She'll go out into the kitchen and grab some food, knowing full well her dad's probably asleep because of the fact that he's been working with her mom at the shop, and her mom's probably downstairs kind of just preparing to start the day. After getting some food, Kelly just heads down, chats with her mom a little bit, just nothing too much. Tells her she loves her and such like that, has a kiss. Have they're kind of like a little bit of a traditional goodbye kiss, and then Kelly just heads out to school. So.
Alright, fair enough, fair enough. It's a very kind of straightforward, simple morning.
Yeah.
Alright, who would like to go next?
I volunteer Sir Mittens.
The fuck? Can't bring my cat. It's my cat, not your cat.
So the cat's morning, the cat's morning.
Oh, God damn it. It's a ferret. It's a cat. It's something. Do I have to explain? I have to explain the cat's morning, don't I?
No, you don't. Again, you are not the dungeon master. You do not control NPCs, and the cat falls into that realm. So
Gotcha.
that's for me to decide. Now, where you interfere, you decide. But beyond that,
Cat.
I'm gonna say the cat has been kind of playing at the walls, kind of chewing at corners, and has made basically a large mouse hole to crawl into, and has started to, scamper about inside the walls, which is plenty annoying. But is probably hunting any actual mice that have tried to move in, so that's a plus. Hi,
Hey.
did you want up on my lap? What?
Sir Mittens, you get off that poor man's lap.
You're just lurking around here sniffing things.
You get off Skelly God's lap, Sir Mittens.
Alright. So anyways, so yes, that's Mitten's morning, I suppose. Causing
Probably.
slight mischief, but honestly probably for the best.
There we go. Okay. Agent, how's your morning?
Well, woke up, didn't have breakfast. Oh wait, you mean the characters?
Yeah, the fucking.
Ellison probably would have just woken up as usual. Not much dreamt about. Went around, collect their things for school, a few other items of interest, I guess. That knife is always there. Probably packed their bag for school and such. Had a small breakfast. Family's probably already out doing what they normally do with their jobs. So probably just hopped on the bike and started heading down to school.
Yeah. Was it my turn now?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sure.
Cool. Alright. Fuck, I just chucked something across the room and now I did it bad. So, let me know if I'm overstepping my boundaries, God. Alright? I'm gonna explain this the best I can. Stop me at any point in time if it sounds familiar and or bad. So, Riley, after the last time on Dragon Ball Z, whereas in fact we were discussing a lot of planning and such and trying to figure out what we wanted to do for the future and stuff like that, and after the little dramatic moment that we had, whereas do we really want to be doing this, should we even be doing this, concerns, worries and all that fancy stuff, Riley had somewhat of a moment that I'm not going to describe, as to let that kind of just appear randomly within conversation and such. But over the past, I'm assuming, couple of weeks that have passed. Correct me if I'm wrong, God.
What was the question?
I'm assuming time has passed, i.e., couple of weeks, a month.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, because last session was the 21st of March, or not the 21st of March, the 21st of February, and it is now the 9th of March.
Okay.
So, a week or two. Time has passed.
So, a week or two has passed, and Riley has been busy or filling up his time that has been available to him to freely do what he pleases with going to the junkyard and fixing the project in question, and spending more time doing research. Concerningly, whether or not the NPCs have concerns over Riley's dedication towards this particular project and or others in the future is up to the NPCs. But Riley's been spending a concerning amount of time reverse engineering, trying to put together or trying to fix the gun, and doing research, the penumbra gun, and trying to put together bits and research, theorizing, theory crafting, and all that fancy stuff. At one point in time on the weekend, he spent probably around 2 days during the weekend, no sleep, trying to work on this, and then grudgingly, entirely walked back to the treehouse to spend another 3 days sleeping, to which he came back and then continued work. And now this coming Monday, knowing full well he has to go to school again, he will get up tired and just get ready for school quietly without much of a, Sir Mittens doing anything and such, because whether or not he's in his hole is not as up to the NPC, but whether he's there or not, he'll say hi. If not, he'll just do what he can for food and get going to school.
Alright.
There you go. It's a moment.
Fair enough. So you've been working on the gun.
Yes.
Remind me real quick which pieces you're still missing.
I believe I'm missing circuitry, the housing. Oh, well, trying to get the housing to fit, because the housing's busted.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe some sort of technological emitter or circuit boards to be able to get the emitter working. If I'm correct.
And I think you're also missing a power source.
Yes, the rock, handling said power source.
If you want, you can go ahead and give I'll say roughly 2 weeks have passed. Give me like 2 tech rolls to see if you've made any progress on, and just tell me which ones the rolls are for.
Okay, so 2 tech-related rolls, or just the tech rolls?
Hi. Give me a second. I'm coming down from a very minor heart attack.
The fuck?
Cat just leaped right the hell up.
Oh. Gotcha.
Tinker. Give me 2 tinker rolls.
Okay.
Just make sure to tell me what part each roll's for before you do it.
Alright. So this one was for the housing.
Alright, that one's for the housing. And then what's the next one for?
The next one is for the circuitry.
Alright.
Nothing.
Alright, you've made no progress on either. It's all very, very strange.
Alright, Riley is going to be probably a little upset about this because he's made no progress over the past 2 weeks, or a week or so that has been made. So,
Yeah.
Grumpy Riley is grumpy.
Fair enough.
So, making my way to school.
Mm-hmm.
Making my way downtown.
Anyway, so, yeah, I'm assuming we'll arrive at some point in time. And say hi.
Yeah, just give me a quick sec. I'm dealing with Cat.
You now know my pain when BC wants my attention.
Right.
Oh, believe me, I'm fully aware. Don't. Why did you stick your head in there? You knock things over. This is not the time, alright? I'm busy here. I'm trying to,
I
like...
feel like every single time we try to do a session, it goes
No!
well. I feel like it's the CEO. The CEO fucking with our shit.
Shoo! No, you're not allowed in this area anymore. Shoo. No. Fine, pets.
You can't.
You try to, like, push the cat away with your hand and, like, oh, time for pets? It's like, alright, fine, pets. There, some scritches. Are you happy now? Go bother Callista or something. Alright. So you guys make your way to school. Stop! Stop sticking your face in things! No! Stop! No! Leave it alone!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have cat
No.
issues.
Welcome to cat problems.
Ladies
I
and
don't want to have to
gentlemen,
keep picking
We
things
got
up.
him.
Oh, shut up. Alright. Eventually, Eventually, you all make it all to school, but you see, no, stop. Eventually, you all make it to school. However, and this reveal is a little less exciting now that this has happened like 3 times. We're on the wrong map. Shazah!
There we go.
Move yourselves back to the school. I've undid your hard work.
How dare you? My one
You're
move.
welcome. You're overlapping each other. There we go. It's been fixed. Alright. Now the cat's getting into another bag, but I don't care as much about that one. Alright. Anyways, you all make it to school. You see a familiar figure, you know, amongst the various children bustling about. You see a familiar figure amongst other familiar figures, but one that you might have been looking for in particular, amongst everyone else,
Oh,
near the
boy.
bike racks.
Oh, is it William?
It's William.
What is William doing
He
here?
kind of waves to you guys, which, you know, he doesn't normally do unless he has something to say.
Kelly walks up to William.
Yes, this
Would
probably
do
wasn't established during
approaching.
sessions, but it probably was something that has happened a few times out of session, just like during
Yeah.
various school days and such. You guys
Yeah.
have
Also, are we
known him
gonna-
for
Are
nearly
we gonna
a
switch
year
into the
now.
school map or no?
Oh yeah, good point. We probably should do that.
Here we go again, boys.
Hey,
Been a while. I might have actually just forgotten it exists.
Man, school? Who'd have thunk? Doesn't exist in my book.
The heck is school? We never go there.
The heck is the
Oh my
education
God.
system?
What's the education system indeed? All I know is pull the red lever and watch alarm go brr.
You're a horrible child.
We all are.
Listen, I was
Alright.
tame for the longest time,
School.
but I was labeled, so I became the monster.
So, bike racks are probably over here then.
You know, it's anarchist and monster are 2 different things, Agent. But we're not gonna get into details.
Yeah, Kelly walks up to the bike rack where William's waving at us. Hey, William.
Hey,
What's the sitch, cool guy?
well, as I said I would, I've been keeping an eye on the CEO for you.
What's the news?
The sooner we deal with him, the better for pretty much everyone involved.
A firm.
So, what did you find out?
Well, to be honest, I ain't seen much of him. He doesn't leave the building much, which you know,
Really?
is strange.
Hmm.
But the few times he does leave, it mostly seems like, you know, he goes to harass the local business owners. Seems to like spending a lot of time, I don't know, doing janitorial work, I suppose.
What?
I mean, I ain't exactly been able to get into the building, but the only one who ever throws out the trash is him, which is
Really?
weird, you know? A CEO throwing out his company's trash for him.
I mean,
That
It's a bit odd. To say
that
the
is
least.
weird.
I agree.
And that's about it?
That is about it. I mean, admittedly, I didn't go so far as to dig through the trash to see if there's anything in it. I mean, you guys are my friends, and I care about you, and I want him gone, but I didn't
Yeah.
want to do that unless it was specifically requested. I'm sure you
Yeah,
understand.
no, that's
I know,
understandable, and
understand.
truthfully, if he's connected to the whole animal situation, oh boy. Okay.
Yeah, best if we don't.
Oh yeah, that's something to bring up at some point, but we'll worry about that after school.
Yeah, I think one of our students is already traumatized about that. I don't think we need to be bringing that up anytime soon. Anyway.
Oh no, something else entirely.
Oh yeah.
Potentially pertaining to that I learned.
Oh, okay. Information for another time. Anyway,
Exactly after school.
yes.
Okay.
Alright,
Yeah.
should we get moving? I
So,
don't.
Well then,
And,
eat through the windows.
Oh my god.
thank you again, William.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Of course. I'll
Appreciate it.
continue keeping an eye on him, and if I see anything, I'll let you know.
Yeah. Don't get caught.
Yeah, that'd be the worst case scenario. Don't get caught, don't get in trouble. That's my job.
Hold on.
Mm,
All right. Well, okay. Let's get moving. Let's get a
yeah.
What's our first class for today?
I don't know. Don't you have the fucking school itinerary?
I actually want to take a second, see if any of you remember, because I have my notes, and that seems a little unfair.
Isn't it
Uh,
science class? Or
I was about to say it's Monday,
mo-
so it's science, literature, math, and history, I believe.
All right, let me go ahead and bring up my thing real quick and find out.
see if we were right today.
Yeah, see if you got it right. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Why am I scrolled down this far? There we go. So, on a Monday, it is science, literature, math, and history.
I got it
Okay,
correct.
there you go.
That you did. Good job.
I mean, technically, we can easily just look up the schedule because it's in our listing.
Oh yeah.
Oh
you're
yeah,
right.
it is. That part's free for you guys to look at. I forgot. Sometimes I forget which parts I leave in GM notes and which parts I leave for just anyone to look at.
Yeah, no, you have the March schedule.
Fair enough. All right, so yes, you guys could have looked at any point anyways. But
Yeah,
whatever.
that's what I did.
It's time for science. Make sure to go by your lockers, switch out books, do whatever you need, and then,
Yeah.
or if you carry all your stuff
Where
with you all the
is
time,
Kelly's locker?
I have school.
there are lockers up and down the hallway here.
Yeah,
with
but
different
which one
squares
is Kelly's in particular?
I'll be honest, I don't remember. It never
We
really
even
came
assign
up.
lockers? I don't remember
At some
assigning
point,
lockers.
at some point,
First,
I think it happened. but I
first episode, it happened.
Never.
don't-
I don't.
never. It was never relevant ever since.
I carry all my things with me. Fuck
It
the
probably would
police.
have been if you guys had, made more of the other students mad to the point that they vandalized your locker, but you guys have been pretty nice. Which
Yeah.
admittedly
Nice people.
I should have expected, but didn't, because I had another group that I played for before that I didn't expect it to be exactly the same, but I figured some things would happen. But you guys have been very pleasant to the rest of the students. What are you eating?
Chips.
Not you.
The cat.
I saw you chewing. What did you have in your mouth?
When in doubt, Kool-Aid Man through a wall.
All right, they're just walking away.
Cat chews harder. No.
Yeah, no.
No,
Kelly's
by the time I addressed it, they were already done. But yeah, go ahead.
Kelly's gonna be stopping by her locker just to switch out a few books and such.
I will just go into class because I carry everything in my backpack.
I'm trying to remember how the seats work, but I'm also that dumb, so I'm just gonna sit in the middle.
Upper corner.
Upper corner?
Mhm.
I don't remember being in the upper corner.
I don't remember where I sit.
None of us.
You're actually in the spot because it was like these 4 seats, and this was where Ted was in a sense of things.
I'm stealing Ted's seat then.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I remember me being right here. I think you were in the far corner.
This is the front of the classroom.
Oh, that's the front. Oh,
Then we're over.
It has been a while.
Let
Yeah.
me correct. Let me
Here,
correct
do you-
myself.
Do you guys want me to check the seating chart from the first session? Because we still have that.
We do. Sure.
yeah.
I
Yeah,
believe
but-
we do.
You,
Might be a little help.
Just
Was
a
that, wait,
wee
was
bit.
that like right here then? Weren't we all like in the back of the class?
yeah, basically.
We're very good people.
Yeah, isn't this the front of the class then?
Yeah.
Okay, so Oogie sits
Then
there.
sit back
Agent
here,
sits
Riley.
there.
Okay.
So Oogie's agent, Living Noah sits there. I think Riley sits there. We never recorded. Yeah, that's basically what it was.
There you go.
I am good.
Do not make me fix you.
There is no fixing me.
Shenanigans.
God damn it.
So it is time for science class.
Okay.
I think.
Oh, that's right. We have a new math teacher.
Yeah, 'cause our last one was a snitch.
Yeah.
That man was gonna catch a bullet if he wasn't fired.
God damn it. Quit throwing hands with like all of our teachers.
Fuck the police.
So it is Mr. Smith, as per the usual, up at the board.
Mhm. So
Uh,
let's.
Today's lesson.
Mhm.
Got it. I didn't plan. I didn't plan the classes. Look, just roll with it. Today's lesson is on, well, Mr. Smith, as you guys are all well aware, mostly likes to teach plants, which
Mhm.
is a subcategory of science, so it's technically what he should be teaching you, but it's technically not everything he should be teaching you. But he hasn't run out of material yet, so we're still here. So, today's lesson is on colonies. And of course, he doesn't refer to, like ant colonies or people colonies. He's referring, of course, to mushroom colonies and things of the sort.
Mm.
You see, sometimes a plant does best when surrounded by more of its own kind. It is symbiotic with itself. However, in some occasions, this goes a step further, and rather than being multiple plants symbiotically surviving, all together in one little spot, it is a single plant that is just spread and has multiple, bodies, so to speak, all connected by a root system, usually, especially in the case of plants. In fact, uh, somewhere out there, I do not remember the name, but he probably would. Uh, there is a forest spanning many, many acres of land that's considered to be one singular tree because there's no real beginning or end to the various roots that bind them together. And all of them share the exact same, traits, even the same DNA as far as can be gathered so far.
Huh.
And he expands upon that and makes a lesson out of it clearly.
Mhm.
But that's pretty much science class. Any questions?
Nope.
No questions.
Oh, I do.
All right, Riley, you have a question?
Is what would a plant do in particular sake? Is there some form of plants that would defend itself in any way, shape, or form? It will if it were considered threatened by any other, I guess, creatures of sorts.
Some plants, it is usually not an incredibly active retaliation, however. Most plants that have any kind of self-defense might be, say, the cactus with its spines. The most active a defense you might have is something like the Venus flytrap, though that is more of an offensive trait rather than defensive, though it works about the same.
Do mushrooms in particular have a certain trait? I mean,
In some cases, they'll release spores into the air when disturbed. This is mostly for propagation of the species, but at times, those spores can be toxic or otherwise harmful to other species, and will cause irritation of the skin and, in some rare cases, death.
oh, okay, that's all.
Death shrooms.
This
What
one,
am I? Some death sticks.
Oh my
I'm gonna
god.
beat the shit out of you. God damn it. Alright, I'm assuming class is over. We can move on.
Yes, that would be the end
No.
of science class. You're all free to move to your next lesson.
Okay. Again, Kelly's gonna
Oh,
stop by
wait,
her locker.
can I go up to the desk with the teacher and ask a question?
Sure.
Okay.
As the rest of the class is making its way out.
Oh, professor, I had a question.
Yes.
If you have the time. I was reading some book about fungal infections and such, and plants of sorts, just to read up. So if any pop quiz in the future, I want to be prepared. And I came up across stuff with like fungal plants taking over like the minds of insects or sorts, or like eating small insects or sorts, or using some way of mind controlling plants. I don't know. It seemed pretty bizarre, but I wanted to run it by you to see if it was true.
I believe I actually did a lesson on it some time ago, earlier in the year.
I believe you did, and unfortunately, I don't think I was there, or I was currently
Oh,
writing down notes to catch all of it. But I just wanted to get a
it's
refresher.
it's perfectly all right. No, it is in fact true. There is a species of fungus that will infect. Usually, ants are the most commonly infected, but it will go under the exoskeleton. It will propagate within them, grow, and will eventually take full control. Essentially, for lack of a better term, zombifying the ant or other bug, and convincing it to climb up to a very high place where its spores can then erupt from the body and grow like a normal fungus and proceed to spread those spores from a high up location where the wind can carry it to other unfortunate bugs, or in some cases, get eaten by wildlife that will then carry it far away as it can normally survive the travel through the digestive tract.
Okay, that's all. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Have a nice day.
You too, Professor. Alright.
All right.
Down my notes.
Next class, it's literature.
Yee.
So,
What?
so you are now, of course, in the presence of Mr. Mason.
Mhm.
The most recent book he has assigned the class, of course, being a science fiction book. And the main question being, how does this occur? Today's science fiction book is actually one of the first from the Shadowrun series. Which
I never read.
I don't imagine anyone here has.
I don't
And
think
by
so.
Agent's exclamation, I get the feeling that he assumes that it has only ever been a system rather than a series of books.
God damn.
I knew it was actually a series. I just never really looked to care enough.
Fun fact, my family used to own every copy, and I read most of them. So
Nice.
yeah, anyways. So he's having you guys read one of the first of the Shadowrun books. And the particular question he has for you all today is, so as I'm sure you've all read so far, assuming you've been keeping up, our heroes are attempting to topple a megacorp. Now, we don't really have any mega corporations these days. Maybe someday in the future we will. Hopefully not, though, from what we've seen that they're capable of and the lengths they'll go to maintain themselves. But
Yeah.
let's say you were our heroes in that situation. How would you bring down a mega corporation? What might work? I realize it's a bit less of a technical question than usual, but I'm curious to hear your answers. Any volunteers?
I guess Riley would raise his hand.
Riley, what do you think?
I mean, I guess down to its roots, it's a business, and businesses run off of money. So maybe hitting its financial areas might be able to cripple its, functionality, toppling it in the long run. I guess I understand that's not very particular, but it's the best I got.
It's certainly not a horrible idea. Cutting a weed off at the roots is certainly a way to starve it. But who's to say it simply won't grow more roots?
It's true.
After all, the head of the dandelion is where the seeds grow. Now then, anyone else?
I would raise my hand.
Yes, Allison.
Using some previous analogy, one would cut off the head of the snake before attempting to dispose of the rest of the body.
Ah, also not a bad idea, though it can be very difficult. Normally, CEOs, what with their money and wealth and power, and the fact that they have an entire business at their back, are very hard to get to. They normally have some form of bodyguards or other security or defenses to make sure that it's not easy for someone to just walk up and take them out of the picture, so to speak.
Well, using more analogy, though more lack therefore of, like a hydra. You don't take out all of the heads, they will simply come back.
Admittedly quite tricky, but possible. Though also not quite guaranteed to work.
But that is all.
Very well. Anyone else?
I don't have anything.
So we'll go around the room and ask a few of the others. Some of which, choose not to speak up. Ricky and Reggie's are pretty much the same answer, involving just want and destruction. Charlie doesn't really seem to have an opinion on the matter. William and Oliver are not there.
Again.
Well, yes. They both have their own things they're doing. James just kind of shrugs. He's a good lad. He doesn't really want to think about destroying anything.
Murder.
But anyways, eventually once he's done going around the classroom, well, to voice my own ideas. Admittedly, it's no more likely to work than any that the class have come up with, and they're all very good ideas. My own would probably just be one of a business's greatest strength is the number of people they have, their ability to influence. So, my vote would be to try and beat them at their own game, so to speak. To try and perhaps bring some injustices they've committed to light, and get a big enough movement going as to force them to either correct themselves, or simply bring it down. May even turn some of those already on the inside against them. Even some of the most heartless seeming individuals, when shown how even more heartless their co-conspirators can potentially be convinced to do what's right. And then, the bell would sound. Well, I suppose if anyone has questions, they can come talk to me between classes, but I won't keep you. He'll head over to his desk. Don't forget, try to get the next 2 chapters through by tomorrow. I assure you they're fairly short. At the moaning of a few particulars, I'm sure you can guess who.
Oh. Dang, you just going through classes today.
Yeah. So, is it math or history next?
Choose math than history.
Okay.
And don't forget, at some point there's lunch.
Fuck lunch. We got shit to do.
It would be math next.
Okay.
Math, then lunch, then history, then you guys are free to go.
Okay.
Because, after all, school starts kind of earlier in the day, so, the first 3 classes are kind of before noon, and then you have 1 class after noon, and then you guys are free to go. Because for a bigger school, you might have more classes, but,
This is a small town.
It's a small town, middle of nowhere. People don't expect a whole lot. They expect you guys to learn, and you are, so,
Technically speaking.
So you guys are setting up in the math classroom, finding your seats. The teacher hasn't come in quite yet. So you have a moment to discuss amongst yourselves if you'd like.
Oh boy. Rather we just try to lean forward a bit. Put his head on top of his arms and just kind of sit there, just waiting.
So, Riley, Kelly?
Mm-hmm.
I may have found something that I'm going to need to show you guys after school.
Okay.
Potentially bad thing, which is why I've not gone and messed with it myself yet.
Oh, great. Okay.
you've made math class 3 times longer now because how could you?
Listen, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna be sitting here wondering what the hell you got going on.
Smarter than
I
the
won't
average
be-
bear, aren't you?
It's like, come on, man.
Also,
bad enough.
Riley, you good?
I'm fine. I've been focused on one thing for a while now, so coming back into the loop of schools has been rough, to say the least.
Listen, once we get through this, it'll be simple enough.
Yeah, from
But
what
until
we-
you're older, it gets a lot more complicated from my understanding of life.
Yeah, well, it is what it is, but it hasn't been simple since the beginning. But maybe that'll change.
You say it'll get simpler as it goes on, yet we're in math classes. You say this, my friend.
I meant in the long term. Alright, I'll help you with your long division when we're done, when we get out of school if you need help.
So roughly 4 minutes after class should have started, and things are kind of bustling about, the door opens, and in walks Mr. Mueller, who, for those who forgot, is the school nurse.
Oh.
And for those who forgot, is a very old, very angular man. A lot of edges to his physique and general face shape and such.
He's the school's edgelord.
And he's a bit covered in scars.
Oh god, he's the edgelord.
And he's our doctor.
He's the school nurse. He walks up to the front of the class and clears his throat. All right, class. As Mr. Williams is unavailable, for reasons I'm sure you're aware, I will, for the foreseeable future, be teaching math. If there are any questions, I'd like to get them out of the way now.
Question, are you okay?
I'm fine. Why do you ask?
With all this, it's just kind of concerning seeing a teacher walk in with all scratches on hand.
I assure you, these wounds are much older than you are.
Oh boy.
Okay.
What's that
Any
one
other
from?
questions? This one, he points to a rather large splotchy one along one side of his face.
Yeah.
I dove in the way of a grenade for a private who had no business being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
This is gonna be the kind of teacher.
Patched him up first, and then myself. Any other questions?
Nope.
Just leans over to Kelly. How'd this man apply for a nursing position?
Were you a medic in the military, Mr. Mueller?
Yes. I served honorably and was discharged by force. Ever since, I have retired here, but I keep my hands busy being the school's nurse. And now the math teacher.
For not being touched by
Well,
those
your
kids.
service for the military is much appreciated, Mr. Mueller.
Thank you. Any other questions?
Silence.
Good. Let's begin. And you guys proceed to have the eeriest, quietest math class you've ever had in this town. Because with Williams, he was energetic and full of coffee usually, and he didn't necessarily control the class very well. No one wants to find out what happens if they push Mr. Mueller's buttons.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Not even Ricky and Reggie, or Ricky, the O'Malley brothers. They also would rather not push this man's buttons and find out.
It's the
He's a
military.
medic. He knows how to put people together and make them feel better while they're dying. I don't want to know what happens when he wants to take someone apart.
Yeah, no one wants to know to fuck around and find out.
Yes. So, math class goes by fairly uneventfully. You guys learn some math. at a bit slower pace too, so you might actually, retain some of it.
There you go.
Cool.
You are now free to go to lunch.
I don't think I'm not sure if I want to move lest I be fucking neck snapped by this man.
Well, as the bell rings for lunch, he will stop right where he is, like mid-equation, set the chalk down, just like the chalk is in his hand, with just his fingers, like 90-degree turn of the chalk, straight down, places it on the tray, 90-degree turn towards the door, and just walks out. Not a march, just walks out, turns, heads down back towards the nursing office. Math class is done. He's back to his regularly scheduled job.
Oh,
He doesn't say anything. He just walks out. Math
I'm
class is
assuming
over.
we're dismissed.
Probably. He didn't say anything, but that is the assumption.
Holy cow. Okay.
Begins
Guess what?
running
That's
as
what math
Riley.
class is for the rest of the foreseeable future. Hoo boy.
I'm gonna make him a fucking cookie. I'm
Alright.
gonna make the
Bruh.
angry old man happy.
He's not angry. He's just stoic.
Yeah.
I want to make him be a friend. That's my goal now. Make
Have fun with
Soldier
that.
Man friend.
Have fun with that.
Add another friend to the list of folks.
Listen,
Mr. Mueller. I mean, if you guys ever get injured, he'll patch you up, and you might have guessed it, he's not gonna ask a lot of questions.
Cool, another friend that won't ask any dumb questions about anything in particular. That's great. Oh god, who are we hiring for this anti-alien group? Anyway,
Technically or slowly could just hire in the whole town, one by one.
it'd
Listen,
be like
that's the goal.
As the DM, I can reassure you, yes, that is basically the goal. Everyone has a part to serve.
And my goal is befriend Soldier Man.
no, he's got a freaking point.
Listen, I have a few things I know that I could bring in to perhaps make him friend.
I'm not sure I want to see that, so you do that on your time.
Ellie's gonna get her food.
Riley's just gonna sit down.
Today's cafeteria lunch is nothing incredibly interesting.
Kelly regrets on not making herself a lunch.
Mm.
But she goes down, then after getting her food, she just sits by.
James, of course, is also sitting with you guys. William is not nowhere to be seen. Oliver's nowhere to be seen. No one else really of note is anywhere to be seen. They're probably just at other tables, obscured by other students.
Well, shit.
How's
So-
the students today? In the sense of, are
Well,
they still
seem they
eerie?
seem pretty lively and excited.
Okay,
Hey, it's springtime,
so they're not their eerie quietness that's been going on.
There's still a bit of unease, but it seems like at least the kids are starting to get used to the fact that okay, that weird guy's just kind of gonna be here now, I guess. But it's springtime. That's nice.
Fuck the police commissioner from the underground.
Like it's kind of gradual acceptance of a creepy situation, You live long enough with a weird deer head mounted over your bed, and you kind of get used to it eventually.
Yeah, fair enough. But go ahead, Agent.
To be honest, I don't remember what I was gonna say, so I'm just gonna say I'm eating the sandwich.
Sandwich.
Sandwich time.
Sandwich time.
The sandwich.
Alright, something like that. So, do you guys have any idea for what to do today? Because if not, I got something to show you.
Oh no.
Okay, sure.
But that doesn't answer my question.
I mean, I don't have anything, okay?
I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I have from my understanding, whatever nonsense happens in this group tends to be more interesting. So, sure.
Okay, then follow me out into the forest for no particular reason whenever school's over.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Don't mind me. I'm just checking one of my other maps real quick.
Oh no.
You guys are just eating food.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
just
yeah.
eating food.
Eat the
Do we
food.
intend on bringing anyone with us on this particular adventure? Because, fortunately, it seems that Trevor's not here to tell us no.
I don't
Besides
think
Kelly,
it would be
but
good to bring anyone with
it's
us.
2 against 1 against Kelly, and so
Yeah, I have no. I can't stop you guys if you guys decide to do things this
Yep.
time around.
So this would probably be best if we don't involve anyone else quite yet, because I don't even know what it is.
Really?
What do you
I
mean?
know what it is. I don't know the circumstances of what happened to it.
What is it?
Rather not say while we're in school.
That's concerning.
Well, you know, he's got a point. People are listening.
That's fair. That's fair.
No offense, Jim.
It's alright, I suppose.
Yeah,
How you-
James, we prefer to keep you out as much as we can. After last time, it's best.
Has there any more oddities that's been kind of showing up?
Random
Farm
ones.
Farm has been quiet.
Good.
Okay,
That's good.
that's good.
Again, if you ever need any help over there, feel free to ask any of us. We're more than willing to help out.
We kind of owe you after the fence, so yeah.
I mean, we had nothing to do with the fence. You did, Riley.
Okay, listen, I tried my best.
To be fair, under the situation that we were having, it was kind of reasonable in some regard.
I'm just poking fun at Riley. That's all.
How dare you? I fought a deer by myself. You guys took a little while to fight a wolf and a badger, and you not
Listen,
only
we-
kicked it in my
we-
direction,
We don't know where the badger is.
and you kicked it in my direction.
I kicked it to protect us.
In response, put us in trouble.
Nothing's happened to the badger.
Yet.
We haven't even found the badger.
I will go back out there this afternoon after I show you guys when I want to and try and find it if you want. But I ain't got no clue where it could have gone. It should have came right back at us.
You say that.
I'm gonna be laughing if the thing got stuck into a tree.
Yeah, if you launched it in a freaking tree,
I
I'm
doubt it.
just gonna laugh. There's no if and or but about that.
If the thing gets stuck in a tree, I'm gonna be laughing at that factor if you manage to kick it into a tree.
Listen, it was a good kick. But
Yes, it was.
Regardless, not what we need to be worried about right now.
Okay.
Something bigger. Much
Bigger. How big are we talking here?
To be determined.
The bell rings for recess.
I have a convenient scapegoat. Let's go to that now.
Wait, what?
What?
We can't. History class. Wait.
It's time for history. Let's go.
It's recess.
It's recess.
fine.
Are we gonna come back after?
Either way, if we want to talk about this more, we need to get out of the school. Other people here. Yes.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
James just kind of waves. He's like, alright, I guess you guys are gonna
Oh,
have your conversation then.
yeah.
Bye.
Sorry, James.
We'll be back
Oh.
soon.
We'll
It's
be back.
okay.
If you want to listen, James, follow, but I prefer no one else would.
He gets up and comes along. He likes being included.
Come on, James. You can come with us. We're
Yeah.
weird people. Hang
He's
out with
coming.
weird
He's coming along.
Follow us to the weird group.
Follow us to the dark forest where nothing at all could go wrong.
Oh, good
kids.
lord.
That's not normal. In terms of the other people's eyes, it's normal completely.
So basically, we're gonna just chill in the woods over here or something, away from a lot.
Yeah, we're getting get away from the school so we can see if anyone was near us.
Oh yeah.
Riley,
Bye-bye.
following?
I'm coming. Give me a minute. Like Spike. There we go.
Right, and James, of course, is also with you guys.
So, found a bear.
Found a what?
A bear.
And
Let me
I'm
guess
a
it.
dead bear.
A dead bear, like
It was frozen
wait, what?
in
frozen.
the woods.
Are you sure he wasn't hibernating?
Are you sure it wasn't just?
Bears don't hibernate in ice!
You sure it wasn't just a weirdly shaped rock that you used your imagination to look
Wait,
at?
wait, it was in ice.
It was frozen.
But it's March.
Emphasis on was.
It was a while ago.
And you didn't tell us when you first found it why?
Because time doesn't work that way. That's on my. That one's more on me than.
So,
Because God is cruel.
Yeah, that.
so what's off with this frozen bear?
Bears shouldn't be dying out here.
Uh,
Let alone it should have been eaten if it was. It wouldn't have had time to freeze.
Oh,
With all the coyotes and wolves out here, that corpse should have been long gone before I found it.
I mean, to be honest,
Oh.
right.
That's why I think it might have a connection to what happened previously. If not, something else weird is going on.
I think the last thing we need is another mystery on our hands. We kind of have the docket full right about now.
oh, good lord.
Well, the thing is, this might be connected to one of them, which could lead to answers or more questions that need answering. Regardless, we can't just leave it. We need to go and check that thing out, but I didn't want to go alone because I didn't know what it could be. If it would just get up and start trying to eat me.
You know,
That's
honestly,
fair enough.
out of all the things, you know, it is what it is. But how are we supposed to lug a
We're
2-ton
not
bear?
gonna look. We're not gonna go. We're not gonna be poking it and trying to drag it. First, we need to figure out what is wrong with it and what could have killed it.
Okay. We're gonna need a hazmat suit. Which one of you's got that?
Do I look like a scientist to you?
Technically, we've been hanging out with a scientist for the past couple of weeks, so I can assure you we probably do somewhere.
Question is, do we really want to do that, or do we want to just go there immediately after school?
Very quickly, could I get investigate rolls from everyone?
Oh,
God, it's the Badger.
That's a 1.
you know. Okay.
Ah, here we
That's
go
a 0,
again.
and that's a 1. So Allison, you're busy discussing the bear,
Mhm.
and admittedly you're also kind of looking at them, so kind of this away. I should probably zoom in a bit. Kind of looking that away or whatever. Riley and Kelly, because you're kind of looking at Allison and therefore looking, also kind of in that general direction, you would notice that down by the tree line, along the southern end of the school,
Mhm.
there's a few kids kind of gathering and peering into the woods.
Hold up, Allison. We got activity.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
I'm
swear to
still
God.
If it's another stone incident, I'm gonna be.
The stone incident, I'm grabbing it, putting it in a bag, or throwing it away.
You know, I think I still have the mitts. I believe I still have the mitts.
Perfect, we'll use those.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Just make sure we don't stare at it.
I mean, they're
don't
pretty
look
big.
at it, don't touch it, don't lick it, don't eat it, throw it away.
Well, wait,
Kelly's-
I need the rock. Hold up.
I even need the rock.
The gun. Yeah, I need a power source.
Oh, okay, great.
I need the rock, so I will keep it with me and I'll take it to the lab and put it in a safe container.
Okay.
Somebody's got a soup can. That works too.
Yeah. Come on, let's see what the crowd is going on over here. Kelly's kind of jogging up to the group of kids down.
Same.
And you guys are on your way to go
Yeah.
check it out, see what's going on.
Zoom.
So you guys head on down. You see, there's just a few kids kind of standing.
Hey,
they
what's going on?
What's the switch, groupies?
I'm not even gonna try and do a voice, I'll be honest with you. One of the girls from the school turns around and looks at you guys and like, there's a little creature out there.
What?
There's a little creature. It's I don't know what it is.
Kelly's gonna see if she can get a better look at what this creature is.
All right. Just from the tree, from the edge of the tree line and such.
She's gonna first look at and see if she can spot it through the tree line, but She might go in a little further, but we'll see.
Alright, go ahead and give me an investigate roll. From the edge
Nope.
of the tree line. Nope. Allison.
I had to investigate.
Yep.
Allison gets one success. Riley, do you
Fucking
want to go up
Riley.
to the tree line?
I
Riley doesn't need to.
Fucking bug ass.
Allison, you have some difficulty trying to spot what they're looking at out there, but not much. You do spot this bright red thing a ways out in like a little opening, just kind of moving about. Riley, you can see it quite clearly. There is, let's see, best description. Like, not fist size, but like 2 fists.
Oh.
Like a sizable, like, red pear, basically.
Okay.
And it's out there, in the little clearing, in a little open area by itself. And you would also notice that it has a few kind of fuzzy looking legs coming out the bottom of it, keeping it upright and using them to move about a little, almost like it's doing a little dance.
The fuck? Oh. Okay.
Like it's just moving around, almost like if you've ever seen a video of a bird of paradise. This thing seems like maybe it's trying to get some attention.
Ah. That sounds
Uh,
about right.
So, I'm not seeing what the kids are looking at.
I do.
What is it?
It's a pear with legs.
What?
Listen, I'm giving the best description that I've been given. Alright? You want anything better? Go look at the dang thing yourself. But it's just moving around in the forest. What I'm assuming is doing some intricate dance, or it's searching for something. God forbid I know what.
Dude.
It's a fuzzy looking, weird looking fruit with legs. A fruit shaped thing with legs.
Wanna
It's running. It's doing a thing.
wanna go up and see what it is closer?
Maybe we shouldn't.
Kelly, just stay back.
Kelly, you're great. The last time we touched anything that came out of the forest, we were otherwise high or something along those lines. So
That was the
no.
Miss Buffalo.
That's true.
Okay. You don't touch it.
Fine, I won't touch it.
That means also don't go near it.
Yeah, Kelly, maybe you should just get these people to disperse. I don't know. I don't want to be, in the midst of another
I'm
fight.
not too good at doing that.
I don't know, talk to the people. I don't know. Something.
No,
Be creative.
I'm not too good with it.
Listen, just distract them. Be adorable or something. I don't care.
Be adorable.
I'm
Boy,
gonna go poke the weird fruit thing.
oh my god.
This is a terrible plan. This was far worse than her just going in there.
Either way, I'm better suited to go in there and figure out what it is regardless.
That's fair enough. Okay,
Yes.
Riley, you come with and back me up if something happens. Kelly, stay out of the forest.
Listen, there's only so much I can
why
do
do you
without
guys
exposing
want me to
myself.
stay out of the forest?
Yes, stay out of the forest.
Listen,
If anything happens, I'm gonna run in there.
If anything
What?
happens, go get an adult.
James is also with you guys.
James, watch Kelly.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
James watched Kelly. Kelly watched the crowd. Allison, you
James
do
don't like Kelly in
understand-
the forest.
Yeah, listen, you do understand I can't expose myself as a European to these people, otherwise it's going to get bad.
Riley, you're from Europe?
It's the thing,
Complicated. Moving on.
that thing,
Okay.
that thing,
Oh, the thing. Okay.
that
Yes.
thing.
Yes, we can't let them know that you are French.
No.
I
Alright.
love you, James, but please.
Oh, Misty. Alright, let's go.
Alright. We're gonna go. I'm gonna gonna go poke the fluffy thing.
It's
Okay.
fuzzy. It's
Yeah,
different.
same thing.
Oh, good lord. I'm gonna
So
do
you-
another investigate from where Kelly's standing.
All right. You
All
can
right, will you two stop flexing? Damn.
yeah. Now that they're like moving towards it, you can kind of get a better idea of where it is. You can look more. You look in that direction, you can see, and it's like, oh, yeah, there it is. And you
Ooh.
basically see what I described to Riley, which is, it's kind of a
Yeah.
two fist sized red.
Is it
Pear.
responding on the fact that these two goofballs are walking towards it?
Doesn't seem to yet, and of course they'd see that as well as they're slowly making their way towards it through the bushes and such. It seems to just have found a little open area for itself, and it's just kind of moving back and forth, just kind of doing a little dance, sometimes stopping and almost waving its legs around.
I vote we eat it.
No. Wait. Listen.
Okay.
If I've learned anything, bees dance to communicate. So I think Allison danced with it.
Oh my god!
I'm not gonna dance with it.
Dance with the pear.
I'm gonna look like a complete idiot.
Listen. We are literally staring at a fuzzy pear with legs. This cannot get any more weird than it already is.
Mm.
So just
I get
fucking
that
dance.
now.
Just copy its movements. Just go side. I don't know, side to side with it. Mirror it.
You want me to vibe with it?
Vibe with the fuzzy pear with legs.
I want to point out. It's only the legs that are fuzzy. The rest of it seems, well, not like a normal pear, but I mean,
What if there's something underneath the pear body? What if it is a pear?
What if
and
it's a
underneath-
turtle?
What do you want? God.
Also, pears
I-
aren't normally red.
Fuck it. I'm going to vibe with this shiny red thing.
Vibe with the red pear. Or very oblong apple.
I'm
Oh
a
my
vibe with the
god.
pear and just kind of lean side to side with it. Actually, wait. Could I try and comprehend like what it's trying to feel if it is anything like that? Is that possible?
Can you translate pear? Hold on.
Can I translate pear with comprehend?
You're interpreting this
Respawn?
pear's dance. I see.
Can I
Fuck
can I
it, go
vibe?
ahead, whatever.
Fuck it, I don't know. Fucking vibe with the pear.
I'm vibing with the
Oh
pear.
my god!
All right. As far as you can figure from a roll that I don't think that's what it's supposed to be used for, anyways. But even if that, we'll play it off as though that was the correct, roll skill to roll for whatever this is you're doing. As far as you can figure, it's trying to get attention.
Oh.
I'm telling you, dance
you
with
want-
it. I don't know.
So, well, all right. I'd like a vote real quick. Should that cancel out?
What cancel out? Like, what are you asking?
In case you hadn't noticed, I'm doing some rolls to see if
I-
something happens.
Oh
I just
god.
rolled a 1 and a 6, so I'm wondering if that should count as a success, or if I should disqualify the 6 for the 1, which isn't normally what happens with you guys, but I'm just looking at it myself, and I'm just not sure.
Seeing how you don't do it with us.
So this thing that is happening should happen.
this
this
thing
one-
that's happening should happen, probably.
All right, that's a vote from these folks. So, can I get a round of investigate rolls from everyone to see if you see it coming and it's not, as surprising as it's going to be?
I
Allison
see
does not see it
nothing.
coming. Allison
I
is
am
busy.
vibing with the pear.
Riley, you've done some amount of hunting in these woods,
Yes.
and Allison, you also have, but obviously you're a little distracted at the moment.
Dancing.
I am vibing.
Yes, you believe you found meaning, and that has entirely encompassed your attention. Though, probably shouldn't have allowed that to happen. You're a fool.
You fool. You danced.
Riley, you don't really notice, early enough to really do anything about it.
Ah.
But I mean, if you want to pull Allison backwards, you can.
Okay.
As a coyote springs out of some nearby bushes and is lunging for the thing.
Buck. I go behind Allison and pull her back. I'm assuming that's a physical roll.
No, you just grab him and pull him backwards.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna make you roll too much for it. Like,
Roll
unless
pull.
Allison is resisting it, you can just do it.
You gonna stay with the fucking pair? I'm gonna pull Allison by the hoodie.
Protect the pair thing. No. Anyway, Coyote jumps out of the bushes, like teeth first, and just bites into this pair, and its legs seem to spasm a bit for a moment, and almost in less than the blink of an eye of this thing sinking its teeth into this pair, two things happen. Firstly, the pair seems to rupture, and just everywhere that its surface has been punctured, just fluid starts spraying out. And secondly, the coyote immediately drops it and begins whining as though it has been hurt and starts trying to run away.
Oh,
Yeah,
trying.
I'm gonna just keep on pulling Kelly back.
Not Kelly.
Allison.
Allison.
Not Kelly. Allison back. Fuck, I'm not
What
used to
the-
babysitting Allison.
You're not babysitting me. You're just dragging me at this point.
I'm not used to dragging the hunter.
I'm going to flip you on your
The
fucking
coyote,
ass.
seemingly in significant pain, falls on its side and tries to scrabble to get away from something that's not there.
Nightmare juice?
I'm
You
gonna
guys
roll.
just
I'm
you
gonna
guys just
roll
stand-
another. Roll another
Yeah.
investigate.
all right. I mean, if this is high enough, you'd catch it. All right. I'm trying to decide if that's not enough for blatant. Hey, you saw this. So I'm trying to think of a midway point because that still deserves something, obviously.
Yeah.
You would notice that while it's lying there on the ground, seeming to try and push itself upright to get away,
Mhm.
its struggles are getting weaker. But
Familiarly so.
perhaps I'll leave. You know what? I'll leave it at that. Perhaps familiar.
Guys, get away from that.
I'm trying my best here.
Let go of me, Riley.
Fucking walk then.
Bitch, I would if you let go.
Fucking, I let go of Allison.
James seems very concerned for the poor coyote, and with very little prompting, gets the rest of the kids to run off.
The one thing we
maybe
asked Kelly to do.
best to be going. Yes, and they're all like, "Oh yeah, you know what? No, we're leaving.
Yeah,
We
let's
just
get
watched
out.
the coyote bite that poor little thing. We're leaving."
Oh yes, that's the concern. Let's go, people.
But James is looking at the poor coyote, like, what is wrong with it? What happened to that thing that it bit?
We're not gonna ask questions. We're not going to find out. I'm going to assume the same thing we just got.
I think we have a. I think we just witnessed a case of.
Kelly, long story short, containment breach. We need to move.
Yeah. Kelly's gonna still look at the coyote as she's backing away and such.
I'm gonna look at the red thing itself. What happened to it?
It seems that after it was bitten, it deflated basically. Apparently it was full of fluid, and now that fluid is all over the ground, just kind of getting absorbed into the dirt. And what's left of the pear thing is just kind of deflated and laying there on the ground, just a husk.
Fuck. All right, we need to go. Let's get back in. Recess is over, guys. Come on.
Assumedly, it is dead.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm assuming Allison's behind me. We're just gonna move.
Right, you good?
Kelly's gonna take
James?
one last look back at the coyote before she goes. So I'm gonna do
Shouldn't-
another investigate.
Shouldn't we do something about it?
Listen, James, you don't understand. If we touch that thing, something bad gonna happen. Coming from the man with experience.
I
bad
just
things
got.
happen.
What does Kelly see? Reese one.
Kelly, despite the fact that everyone has left the underbrush, so it's a bit harder to see through now that there's no one pushing out of the way,
Yeah.
you do see a pair of ears and hair as it assumedly has stood up back there.
I have a bad feeling that we just witnessed a case of an animal just going zombified, like what we encountered at your farm, James.
We should probably do something about that then. We can't have it running around and hurting anyone.
Listen, we would, but any contact with that thing causes some brain problems, and I can, again, assured from experience, bad things. So,
But it's
He
at the
gestures
store.
to the school. It is
Alright.
already near a very populated area.
That's
Okay.
true.
Bucket. All right, Riley's gonna put on the mitts and just like just defensively stands towards wherever the coyote's coming from. Get everyone into school.
It's standing over there. Kelly's gonna point it out.
Alright, go
I have
get
an
me the-
idea.
There's-
Quick, fucking Allison.
Yeah.
Go to the gym. Get hockey sticks.
Hockey sticks? I want to be hockey sticks in the gym!
It's like floor hockey, my guy. You never
I'll
played
go
floor
find
hockey?
some baseball bats or something from
Yeah,
out
dude,
back.
get something long, like a stick or a yardstick or something. We just need long range stuff that we can poke this thing without getting infected. James, go with them. Kelly, you to make sure everyone gets inside the room.
Okay.
Right, James will go with Allison to go try and find sports
Allison,
equipment.
don't forget to be a leader.
Kelly's gonna see if she can try getting people just to kind of move closer to the building and such. Especially with that recent group. And it's like,
Oh, wait,
Yeah,
Allison, get the boys, get the twins. I need the big lifty twins. Get them with the sticks as well. It's an opportunity to have a team building exercise.
so, Kelly, it does seem like most of the students are already keeping their distance, considering, word quickly spread that, coyote bit into this cute thing out there. It's disgusting.
yeah.
The boys are tough, but they're not gonna go over there.
Yeah. So, Kelly's gonna just I think that coyote's not too well at the moment. I think it's kind of sick. 'Cause it seems really bad. Possibly with rabies. I think we probably should head inside. Truthfully.
Some of them seem to be like, yeah, that makes sense. And then they start heading inside, and some of them start getting, the rest of their friends to go inside with them. So it's kind of like, and then they notice that large groups of people are going inside. It's like, maybe it would be nicer inside. And, it's just eventually everyone's just going inside.
Okay. Kelly's gonna. Okay. And then she's gonna run back to Riley. Okay. I got the tidal wave effect going of people going inside.
Good. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think anyone's gonna want to see what happens next, because this is gonna get ugly. All right, just do what you can to be my eyes at this point. If you see anything else in the forest tree line that might pop out,
I'm gonna do another one. Do another investigate. I got one this time.
I mean, you can tell that it's slowly making its way through the bushes. Not well. It's not going around the bushes. It doesn't seem to have the coordination to move well through bushes, but it's trying.
Okay, it's stuck into some bushes.
okay, that gives us some time for Allison to get the hockey sticks and maybe the O'Malley twins if he has time.
Yeah. And seeing how slow it is, yeah, we just have witnessed a case of how these animals were kind of being converted into zombies.
What is that thing though? What was that thing?
I don't know.
It didn't attack any of us though. That's the thing. Do you think it wanted us to touch it? Maybe.
Most likely,
Oh,
it could have been a similar case with the fungi from that one lesson.
yeah.
Who wants to do a comprehend roll?
I guess we both will since we're waiting.
Yeah.
Out here.
Where's the other one?
All right, let me get the other one. Let me get mine.
All right, and then we'll cut right back over to Allison because they've been waiting. There you go. All right, you both come to roughly the same conclusion at around the same time. Maybe it was mimicking prey behavior to try and get a predator to come eat it.
Damn.
Oh, good lord. Okay.
It got exactly what it wanted.
Chemistry.
Allison, you're in the gym.
It's the last
Yes.
time I fucking talk about bees.
So I was looking for the
Hockey
little
sticks.
offhand area for like the hockey sticks, baseball bats, and all that stuff.
Gym equipment.
There's a side closet kind of hidden behind. You know how gyms have like soft padding along all the walls?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You'd find a supply closet for, you know, sports equipment hidden behind like essentially a false door behind those cushions. Everyone knows where it is. You've been here for roughly a year. Gym class has come and gone multiple times. Ignore the fact it's not on the schedule and that there isn't a gym teacher. Just don't question it. Move along. You open the thing. There's sports equipment, sorted by various, you know, large barrels and cans and shelves.
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Hockey sticks, baseball bats.
Anything that's far
Golf
range.
clubs.
I mean, you'd find some hockey equipment off to one side, some baseball bats, and some balls in a barrel together.
A barrel. Now we're talking.
Well, I mean, you know those like super simplistic circular plastic garbage cans.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of those with sports equipment in it, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, they've never been used for garbage. Obviously, they're clean,
Hmm.
except for some dirt and whatever
So
schmutz.
what I would do is toss 2 of the hockey sticks to James, grab a baseball bat and 2 more hockey sticks, and it's like, all right, we're gonna go beat the shit out of something.
All right, James will carry whatever you give him.
Question: Do the O'Malley twins play football?
The O'Malley twins play football.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Good to know. By the way, did we happen to see them when we walked through the school?
Not on your way there, no.
I think they were in one of our classes though.
They're probably gonna be there when you guys make your way out because Kelly just ushered everybody inside the school.
They're probably
Alright,
in the
so
lunchroom.
after we've gathered these things, we will begin making our way out. You want me to just make the way slow there, just like jump towards the cafeteria area?
Just jump straight to the cafeteria.
Alright, Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah!
Because, you know, as soon as you enter the cafeteria, you do get a little bit of attention considering you and James are carrying sports equipment you probably shouldn't have right now. And as you might expect, Charlie Walsh comes up to you, he's like, hey, what you doing with the hockey stuff?
Oh, shit.
Uh,
I forgot about
experiment.
him.
We're experimenting on us.
You're doing what?
A small experiment outside with some friends.
By this point, he's delayed you long enough that the O'Malley twins have figured out that something is going on and are now standing behind and to either side of him, just kind of observing.
Wanted them anyway, honestly.
I mean, if you're gonna be having yourself a hockey game outside, why am I doing like an Irish accent? He's Canadian.
Goddamn Canadian.
He's
Look,
French Canadian now, but apparently
I don't have like any practice with a Canadian accent. I'll level with you right now. Just bear with me, please.
It's fine. Not a hockey game. More so a small issue that the O'Malley twins may be needed for.
Well,
But Charlie, definitely should have another hockey game. It was fun last time.
yes. I think I'll come with.
Oh.
Okay.
Goddamn Canadian.
I'll be
Ricky,
sorry,
Reggie,
but
you
I don't
guys
want
can-
to potentially miss out on anything.
Ricky, Reggie,
Yes.
we're gonna need your help beating something up.
They look at each other. They crack their knuckles. It's a very movie-esque moment.
All right, good. You're in. Follow me.
Man, I love bringing in friends.
You've now got the three of them following with you. Ricky, Reggie, and of course Charlie Walsh, the Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Kelly Kelly's probably gonna notice the three falling and kind of wave them over.
I brought friends.
Okay. So it's currently stuck in the bushes. Currently. You three, just a heads up. Don't physically touch the thing.
Yep. If you got mitts, wear them. Any gear that you can wear that keep you from less contact. Equivalent of a hazmat suit. Do your best.
These
Allison,
things.
stick me.
I
So
poke him with the stick.
this was something we kind of dealt with like a few weeks ago, helping out James. But this is a really bad case of if we don't deal with it, it's gonna cause a lot of problems for a lot of folks.
Zombies.
Yeah, zombies, my beefy and slightly Canadian. As much as
So-
that sounds very fantasy and non-believing like, this is what we've been dealing with for the past couple of weeks, so bear with us, please, and take a stick. Also, give me a stick, I swear to God.
I poke him with the stick.
I am fucking, you see, like if my I'm wearing my long
Kelly's
sleeve
gonna look
sweatshirt,
back
so
where the coyote is to make sure she can still keep an eye on it.
you see like Riley's like sleeves like expand a little bit before they recede back to their normal. I swear to God.
What do Kelly see? Respawn. I got 3.
Got a 3.
Mhm.
You would see as the coyote is pretty much out of the brush. Like you're able to see that its like snout is starting to break through the tree line, like the bushes at the tree line. You know,
Okay,
It
here
is-
it comes.
it is nearly upon ye.
Here it comes. It's coming in. It's coming towards
Allison,
us right
arm
now.
everyone.
I'm gonna back up.
Do your best. Just be our eyes. That's what
Yeah.
the best you can do right now.
Just remember, don't physically touch the thing.
That goes for everyone here.
Okay. Charlie, of course, seems a little confused and concerned about this strange, hobbling, seemingly wounded coyote that everyone seems to be worried about that they're now going to beat.
Charlie, I
Uh,
can explain everything once we're finished, but this is a case of, don't judge a book by its cover.
Yeah, just don't look too much into it. Just do it. Just help us out with this once, and we'll explain the best we can.
Reggie and Ricky do not seem at all concerned, and in fact
Right.
are kind of standing to either side, with a big overhead swing ready on for both of them. They're not asking questions. They don't seem concerned. They're just waiting.
Atta boy.
Yeah.
Shame
Atta
on me.
boys.
They crave violence, and you have provided.
We
That's.
have provided the
I'm
violence.
sorry to say, they're not very three-dimensional characters.
No, that's perfect.
They probably never will be either, for that matter.
Alright. Now, Allison, for the last goddamn time before I stab you with my European bits, I swear to God, give me a stick.
Hand him a twig.
He only grabbed enough for like the group as is. He
I
didn't
tossed
expect.
up the bat.
He didn't expect.
Thank you.
I have a
James,
knife, I'll be fine.
James stands nearby with his stick as well.
Alright, I'm gonna like twirl the blat in my hands before getting ready to wield it against this dog.
Does the
We've
dog
got-
come out of the bushes?
It is about to. We've got Reggie and Ricky on either side. We've got Allison and Riley basically in front of it. Between Allison and Ricky is Charlie. Between Riley and Reggie is James.
Okay.
All with various implements of destruction.
Various implements of sports.
It steps out of the bush.
Alright.
I'm gonna do a few GM rolls here because I feel like it's funnier if I tell you the result after I know what it is for this particular instance.
Raj.
Let's start with Reggie. Okay. Go with Ricky next. Okay. If you guys can do your force rolls too if you want at any point during this. I'd say
Oh,
hockey sticks are, I don't know, +2. This is kind of what they're meant for. No, +1 or +2. I don't know. Either ways, really.
Am I allowed to use my knife?
I mean, yeah, if you want to try and stab it instead, you're free to.
Because I don't know what would happen if I did. So I'm just gonna kind of hold off for now. Instead,
You have stabbed a wolf before, so.
I have, but this time there's other people and blood could get on them.
Charlie
It's one of those
Welch.
situations where it's a biohazard, so we kind of
Yeah.
have to be careful.
If
I'm gonna
there-
kick it in the face instead. Is that
And
viable?
yet I brought in about 5
Okay.
people.
I mean, you could hit it with a stick. You could kick it in the face.
I don't have a stick. Everyone else has those.
Oh, okay.
Can I kick it in the face?
Sure. Just,
They
basic
did
force
not
roll.
count for the one extra person joining in.
Yeah, the Canadian was not a factor that I accounted for, and yet somehow he exists. God damn it. Alright.
All right.
Riley, are you gonna go first?
I
Wing?
will do my best.
Yeah, I just finished James's, so it's just you.
Okay. Let me pray to the gods. Alright. Nope.
All right. I'm gonna tally up all the successes because it was a combined effort. And if you'll give me a second, I'll let you know
What happens?
what happens. So,
Oh, good lord. Mhm.
Do you want me to just put it in the text box, or do you want me to just say the number?
Say the number.
So, total for 6 people all attacking this thing, 5 of which are heavily spec'd into force rolls.
It's gonna be a low number, isn't it?
Yeah, 2.
The total number of successes is 14.
Oh, boy.
Oh.
Because Reggie rolled a 3 successes. Charlie Walsh rolled 3 successes.
It's a hockey. That's why we gave him the stick.
James rolled 3 successes. And the other O'Malley rolled 4.
Damn.
Oh.
I am useless.
I mean, to be fair, you rolled roughly the same number of dice as them, minus like 2. Because all 4 of those guys have 5 body and 5 force, plus 2 from the hockey stick. The hockey sticks, I suppose, that they're wielding. So,
So technically, you got 3. Actually, no, you just got 1 because you don't have a hockey stick.
oh yeah, Riley, you had a stick. Roll another 2d6.
Okay. Just another force roll, I guess.
Just roll 2d6, and if you want, I'll roll it for you. It doesn't really
Thank you.
matter.
I'm not advanced enough for this particular.
Roll 2d6. That doesn't change anything.
Gotcha. 2.
So yes, 14
just-
successes. Kelly,
Mhm.
you watch as Riley just kind of gently baps it with a hockey stick. Well,
Go
you know
away.
what? Well, you know what? That'll happen last. It comes out of the bush. Allison boots it in the nose, which kind of brings its momentum to a standstill for the moment as it tries to like bite in return. It doesn't really do much. And the other 4, with the fucking wrath of God, individually, each of them channeling the wrath of God, bring hockey sticks down, and as sickening as it is, it's almost something to marvel at, as a few things like sound like they break and snap, and the coyote just kind of drops to the ground.
But I'm gonna do this in. Nope, I'm not seeing it. God damn it! To investigate, you guys. It's probably gonna be moving it still.
Okay.
Its neck is broken. Both of its front legs are broken, and one of its back legs is broken. It has one working leg and is not really able to locomote at all.
But
Riley, you can tell that it is very much still trying to move and active. The coyote is dead. The body is still trying to move.
We need to call Scruffy.
We can
yeah.
call the CDC is what we need to do with this.
I'm pretty sure he gave at least one of you.
Riley,
his
are you gonna
business-
point out to the group that it's still moving?
No, they can probably see.
Okay.
Not
He just
gonna fall.
notices. If anything, he's the one who notices that it's dead.
Yeah.
Hey guys,
So-
quit wailing on it. It's already dead.
Huh? What? Oh, okay.
Yeah, here, O'Malley's. Why don't you just hack off its fucking? Just make sure they can't move. We'll call. So
Don't-
we got a guy. We know a guy.
No, we don't want the blood here. That makes it look like a
Right.
crime scene.
Never mind. Cover for.
Do you guys?
Just-
You two can get Scruffy. I can explain to the situation with these guys of what's going on.
Yo, you got a
Reese,
phone?
when you're trying to say that Scruffy gave us something,
Probably like his business card after the last time.
Listen,
Yeah,
If you guys needed to call him for this sort of thing, you can call him.
Go
Yeah,
go
I believe-
inside and get get a hold of Scruffy.
Yeah. Allison,
do we
you got
know
the
where a
business-
phone is in the school?
There usually
Front
is. Yeah, front office.
Got it.
There is
Woo!
like a desk lady usually who
Yeah.
has. access
But
to a phone.
Kelly's gonna be like, okay, so as you can see, and from what Riley said, yes, the thing's dead, but you can see it's still moving. That's because there's something else in it that's kind of like basically a parasite of sorts, and it's not too friendly with contact. So,
Red. Red, the O'Malley brothers seem bored by this information.
we're gonna burn
Walsh,
it.
Charlie Walsh looks like he might be a little sick. Like he's probably not gonna throw up, but he's looking a little
Yeah.
greener than he did a second ago.
I'm s-
James seems very like depressed by this information, and he kind of just folds his hands in front of him and kind of lowers his head.
yeah.
Almost like
it's
someone at a funeral would, just kind of very sad
Yeah.
for the poor coyote.
yeah. It's working. Someone come in and take the coyote and kind of burn the body because that's the only way we can figure out how to properly deal with the body and not get anything else, get anything more worse occurred.
We should really invest in amnestics.
There is nodding in response.
Okay. Actually, if you want, Kelly's like, can you hand me a hockey stick?
James hands you his.
So what Kelly's gonna do is see if she can lift up the lips a little bit to reveal the teeth.
Oh, great. We're having a science project.
All right, you carefully. It takes a little bit of work. This isn't exactly like
Yeah.
a precision instrument,
Yeah. But
but with a few attempts, you manage to like flap the lips up a bit.
yeah, so is she's I'm gonna do an investigate to see if she spotted the things again. Like from the wolf.
Alright, go ahead. But
It's a 1.
you can barely make it out because the light isn't very good,
Okay.
but you can tell that there is something moving around inside its teeth, and on top of that, you actually, I mean, okay, it's a level 1 investigate, but considering you're looking at the teeth anyways, this wouldn't be hard to notice.
Yeah.
Don't think I'm giving preferential treatment to anyone. You would notice there are holes in its teeth.
Dude, okay. So that's how it's Okay, so that's how it got into his system. It's not by just swallowing. It literally buries goes through the canines. Holy cow, okay.
All right, and on that grisly note, that really does not bring anything comfortable to mind. Let's go to the front office. Like, I'll be honest, I'm not even fond I created this thing.
The man who created the thing doesn't like it. My God.
You were the one that wanted the situation to roll out.
Yeah, I know. There are parts of this I enjoy, and parts of this I don't.
And this is one of the parts that you don't.
No, I do not. I do not enjoy that these things burrow into teeth.
It's like,
That
It's
sounds like
not-
a dentist.
now I'm gonna smack you.
So you make it to the front office. The front desk lady is there. She asks you why you're there.
We need to use the phone.
Why?
I wish to call my parents. I don't feel well. Cough, wheeze.
Oh my god.
She looks at Riley. She
I
looks
just-
at the screen on her
I am-
computer. She looks at the screen on her computer, and you can tell that she's checking something.
Oh shit! Check my record.
Riley, roll charm real quick to see if you're endearing enough to get away with this blatant lie.
Poof.
She looks at you and looks at your record and says, "Okay, all right. You can come around behind the desk and use the phone."
Okay. Allison, do you have, I think I have the card.
Someone
I
has,
would-
for
I would
sake of
just kind of-
convenience, one of you two has it, and if it's not Riley,
will-
Allison, you can just hand it to him.
Yeah, I hand him the card because I believe it was given to me.
Okay. I'm gonna just go around behind the desk, being the good little boy that I am, and
I'm gonna murder the lady.
No.
call my mom, quote unquote.
Riley, you would notice on the screen that she has your file open, and it does list that you do not have parents.
I'm doing my best here.
You might assume that she's playing along because she feels a little bad for you.
How dare she? How dare she pity me? But that's okay. I'm working it to my advantage.
I mean, it's in your favor, so go ahead.
Okay. I'm
So
gonna call up.
The phone rings a little, and you eventually hear someone pick up on the other side. Huh? Scruffy Scraps.
Hi. Mom.
You can practically hear one giant bushy eyebrow raise on the other side of the phone.
Listen, I need you to get Uncle Scruffy. We've had an accident at the school, and I need you to come pick us up. I try to lean heavily into the it's not what it seems.
All right.
Yeah.
Should I?
Can
Should I
you-
bring the? Should I bring
yeah,
the
bring
tow?
the thing. Yeah, bring the truck. It's behind the school in the fields. That's where me and my friends are. We had an accident.
Right.
We
Oh,
someone.
I'll be there shortly with some fresh shorts or something.
Thank you, Mom. I'll see you soon. Hang up the phone. I have just the stupidest fucking grin on my face.
The lady probably didn't hear the other side. She's like, "Did you get what you needed?"
Yeah, she's coming to pick us up. It was a bad accident at outside. We handled it. Thank you so much. I'm sorry to bother you on such short notice.
It's all right. You just run along now. You
Okay.
can take a hard candy from the
Oh,
from the bowl.
thank you. I'm just gonna take one and run off.
All right.
Let's go outside. I'm hoping Allison follows.
Yeah, I'm already just fucking yeeting once we hit the hallways. It's like a light jog almost.
We never speak of this.
You sure you don't want to talk to your mom, Scruffy?
I swear to God, you could just see my sleeves just rolling. It's just, I swear to God.
I have the biggest shit-eating grin right now.
I think it's fun. Listen, I think it's funny too, but I don't want to have to mess with Scruffy and call him my mom every. I'm trying my best here to keep what sanity I have at this point.
Kelly has one of the hockey sticks in hand. He's like, "Oh, hey guys.
Riley
So
called his mom.
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
anyway,
So,
guys, I figured out something.
Hmm.
Was it
Figured out
Ralph?
how yeah, it's the same problem as before.
Ah?
Also, I know how on why it had a fairly fast reaction.
Hmm?
Those things buried through the teeth.
Gross.
tasty.
Yeah, no,
I retract my statement earlier on let's eat it.
yeah. Basically, I tried looking at it to see if it was the same situation as before with James's farm, and it is. But now I'm able to see the teeth a lot better, and they have holes in the teeth.
That's
So
disgusting.
that means whatever was in that red flute thing was actually these tendril things, and when this coyote bit down on it, instead of just simply swallowing, it actually buried through the teeth.
That's not gross
Crunchy.
at all. I'm going.
What?
You're lucky. I have no intention to hit you with this fucking baseball bat.
I mean, yeah,
Just not now.
So
not now with what.
I'm guessing at this point the O'Malley brothers just kind of walked off.
Yeah, they've kind of lost interest by this point. They
Yeah.
took Charlie with them. He might be going to the bathroom to
Yeah.
get some stuff out of his system, but
Yeah.
they'll return the sporting equipment.
Yeah, those three, also Charlie and the O'Malley brothers kind of walked off. I think,
Okay.
Charlie's probably gonna go to the restroom.
Make sure they wash their hands. I don't want to risk anyone bad flu virus or some whatever the
I
heck you
did.
guys-
I did tell them to, in the sense of things. I mean, Charlie's looking a bit green.
Yeah, well, he's probably gonna turn several other shades if he.
But,
Put
yeah,
that out
James is still with us. But,
James is
oh
still
boy.
here.
It's okay. Riley's Uncle Scruffy is on the way.
I am going to hurt you.
Honestly, Scruffy would be a great uncle to have.
He would. That's like not even a bad thing. Scruffy's
Yeah,
like,
why is half the town trying? I already have like somebody trying to play off as my dad or some sort of parent or guardian. I believe it's Mr. Williams, but I could be wrong.
There's Mr. Henderson's kind
Yeah,
of
Mr.
playing off,
Henderson is trying to-
playing as
yeah.
his guardian.
Yeah, Mr. Henderson.
My current guardian, I guess. Woo.
Yeah,
but
Henderson is now your
Some
dad.
time
and I-
passes, and we're not going to question why recess has lasted this long. Probably because it hasn't actually been that long at all. But
Yeah.
eventually, you guys would hear and then see a truck stop out by the road. Kind of parks along the side. You see Scruffy kind of lumber himself out.
Kelly,
He has a big black tarp with him.
Kelly's gonna be waving.
He kind of waves back as he makes his way over, dragging the tarp behind him.
Yeah, we had another animal incident.
He looks
we
down
do
at
it
the
fixed.
broken up coyote. I can see that.
Yeah. Actually,
Devil
this
out
is
of
what happened to the poor thing this time around.
We kind of beat the devil out of it. I can assure you that much.
As he listens to you guys, he kind of sets the tarp out.
And remember, don't physically touch it in the sense of just making sure you have gloves and such like that. Because, good lord.
So what's the tarp for?
There's what the tarp's for. Hell yeah.
Yep. But, basically, we witnessed it chowing down on a really odd thing that looked like a pear with fuzzy legs. And a red one. And when it did so, it kind of just converted into the mess it was. And now we're here because we had to beat it to make sure it would not really go.
Ain't seen no red pears myself.
Yeah, it seems like
Yeah.
we're onto the forest. So I guess I'll be doing some. I'll be keeping Mr. Mittens inside for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah. All right, let's get this thing out of here and we'll move on. I guess we already had like 5 kids the devil out of it, so I don't think they're gonna be doing too hot after. We'll make sure that everything's cleaned up.
He wraps it up in the tarp and ties up the you know how tarps have like, the metal rings around the side so you can tie
Yeah.
them down. He kind of just ties them all together in a bunch at the top and just heaves it over his shoulder, and he makes his way back to the truck with the thing slung over his shoulder and such.
Thank you,
Fine.
Scrappy.
Yeah, thanks a lot, my guy.
Thanks,
You're
Scrap.
welcome. Keep an eye out for any more.
Will do.
Tosses it in the back of his truck, and a second later, he's got it turned around and he's headed back to the scrapyard.
Man, I love it when family visits school.
Yeah, it's nice seeing your mother.
I am.
Come on, guys, let's go and.
Yeah, I think we still have history class, so let's get this done.
We also bring these back to the gym. Probably wash these off a
The
little
O'Malley
bit.
brothers and Walt and Charlie Walsh took the sporting equipment with them.
Oh, I thought Kelly had one still on hand.
No, they figured they might as well do that since the fun was over.
Okay.
If you wanted to keep one, then you would have, but
Nah, I'm good.
Alright.
Kel was
Fall
only
back.
using it to prod at the coyote
Yeah,
on figuring out the whole deal.
that's fair. The bell rings. History class is starting.
Oh, let's. I still need to move Kelly up to.
I'm having a dumb moment with seats again.
I don't really worry about it too much.
Do you want me to place you guys in your usual seats?
If you so desire.
It's just like the room's like flip-flopping the direction of where the door is using it.
Science and history are the same. Literature and math are the same. Anyways, it is a bit back and forth, admittedly.
Mhm.
So, you all would notice. Well, no, you know what? It's funnier if I do it the other way. So you're all ready for history class, waiting for Mr. Wellman. You would hear a bit of clattering at the door, a bit later, around the time that you would expect Mr. Wellman to actually be showing up.
Mhm.
As though someone is trying to turn the door handle and having a bit of difficulty.
Kelly gets up and opens the door.
You would notice a large, very fancy-looking chair being held by someone.
Oh no.
Mr. Wellman?
Mr. Woman's been turned
yes,
into a
just-
chair.
If you could just move aside a bit.
Kelly does so while still holding the door open.
He walks in, and everyone can see that Mr. Wellman is carrying a very fancy chair. It's kind of got gold trim and very red velvety looking seats. And he himself has a very cheap looking crown on his head
Ah.
and a long flowing robe trailing behind him and a scepter in one hand and the other just, generically kingly garb.
Sir Wellman, I see.
And he sits the chair down at the front of the class, and he plops himself down in it, looking very regal and pleased with himself. For a man who just struggled with the door for like 2 minutes.
Kelly just proceeds to walk back to her seat and sit down.
And is late for his own class. But anyways, I'm not going to try and do his voice for this, because I feel like it's better to explain what he's teaching rather than try to explain it first person.
Mhm.
But he proceeds to retell an amusing historical story of an event that did happen, involving how a very prestigious king was well known and well liked, had actually died very early into his career and been replaced by an imposter that no one noticed for nearly a decade and a half. And who had, ruled the kingdom much better than the actual king had in the few years he was there before he had been replaced without notice. And of course, questions, anyone?
I'm kind of just more appalled than anything else about just the effort. But no, not really.
Kelly's used to this.
Of course, you would be used to this by now.
I am thinking violence.
All hail, Sir Wellman.
It's King Wellman to you.
Don't
No, he doesn't actually. I'm
don't
just
get me with titles right now.
he seems to be very cheery and happy with his lesson about the king who wasn't a king and whatnot. He's having a good time. All right, let him have his fun.
Let him have his moment.
Yes.
I vibe with that, honestly.
But once his class concludes, that's the end of the school day, and you're all free to go home if no one has any last questions or things they'd like to talk to him about before they head out.
Oh boy. I think we're all good for today. At least I feel like I am.
It's been a long day.
It's not even the day's over yet. That's the funny thing.
So, Alice, want to show us the thing?
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah, I thought the thing was the oh,
No.
that was something else completely. Never mind.
Yes.
My stupid should be noted later.
Grab my bike and start leading the others back into the forest.
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna do a quick change of map.
Okay.
Lead us.
Don't forget it's springtime, so.
It is now.
Hooray, it's not a winter wonderland. You want me to just jump the token to the area, or?
Whatever you'd prefer. If you guys want to walk there, if you want to just kind of leap to the general location, I'd prefer that wherever you leap to is a path already, and then you go from there.
Mm-hmm. So we do go up.
What the
Okay.
fuck? Oh.
In, out.
Would you like me to guide you to the thing, considering you should know where it is? If I could make tokens revealed only to you, I would, just to make it easier on you, but unfortunately that's not an option.
Just give a good ping.
Oh, but that's not fair to the others. It's like here.
Yeah, it's close enough.
Pretty close.
For having only seen the ping once, I would like to think I did well.
Yes. So, would you like to describe what you tell them, what you guys talk about on your way there before I reveal what you come across as the trees part before you?
I'm pretty sure I gave a just description at school before the wolf or coyote.
Alright, so you three are discussing and talking of this and that, and where are you taking us? What are you even going to show us? What's going on?
Drugs.
And you guys reach something that is even new to Allison, who knew where to look but not what to expect.
Ah.
As
Oh,
you guys
boy.
get close, Allison, you would not see a frozen, dead bear. What you would see as you're leading is you would see a fairly macabre, for lack of a better term, sight. Where once was a frozen corpse of a bear, now stands what at first glance one might mistake for a tree. The majority of it is made up of bleached by the sun bones, which assumedly once belonged to the bear.
Wow.
Intermingled with these bones, seemingly what's keeping them aloft,
Mm.
are these strange red vine-like protrusions.
Kelly's instantly gonna have a face of, oh fuck.
You know, that's not what was there originally, but God's cruel like that.
You know, you say
You can
these
even-
things.
You can even tell that it's the bear skeleton that's making up the composition of this tree's quote unquote bark by the fact that, that's its skull right over there on top of one of its roots. There's also one other feature that this tree has.
Is it a purple fruit?
Two of its branches are currently bent low a little by the weight of purple fruit hanging from them.
Wonder what that tastes like.
No, no.
It's just
Now-
a genuine question. I'm not going to do it.
Because
Now-
you guys,
Nightmares?
no, Kelly,
visions.
Ding ding ding
drawings?
ding!
Right.
Drawings.
Kelly pulls out her journal, opens up the book, and shows the white tree with red vines and purple fruit.
Why must you? Like,
Actually, I believe that one specifically was a painting you did in Wellman's
No, she was doodling her journal when that
Okay.
happened. Because she
Fair
was
enough.
finished with her painting.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So what do we do with this?
I don't know.
I want to eat the fruit and see what happens.
Allison, out of all the things, I'd prefer raiding a foundry over.
Strange fruit plant.
Can we not just instantly eat the fruit? Maybe cut it open first and see what's inside the fruit first?
All right,
Mr.
pocket
Sense of
knife.
Adventure.
All right, Mr.
Intense
Pocket Knife, you
sarcasm.
got the thing. You got the knife. Go open up a fruit then if you want to eat it so much.
Okay. Walk over to the fruit.
All right. It's not necessarily that close to the ground. You would have to do, like, it's not necessarily a small tree.
Okay, Ellie's gonna just.
You would have to do a bit of a
God
little,
fucking damn it.
you know, you'd have to do a little, hop up to like grab the fruit.
Okay. Would you like me to do move or force for hop?
Oh, it's not a difficult hop. You can just, it's like just a little hop, and you can just grab onto the fruit, and just the fact that you have weight would mean that you'd pull it down and it'd probably snap right off the branch. You just have to be willing to just give a little hop and touch it.
Got it. So pulling out knife.
Maybe we should put gloves on first.
That's made of tomato.
It's literally a fruit made of bear, and it's a whole tree made of bear.
Yeah.
I say wear gloves first before you attempt to grab the fruit.
Well, I don't have gloves.
Looks
Get
at
gloves
Riley.
next time. Oh god. All right, fine. I hand him my oven mitt slash a welder's glove.
Huh. All right.
You're doing
I
the
would put
you wreck
those
my
on.
gloves. You buy me new ones.
It's fair.
They're a gift from the scientist.
I have gloves at home. I don't have gloves with me. Point being, I don't want to leave this here longer than we have to. So, after I put the gloves on and keep the knife in my other hand and hop up
Alright.
and just grab onto it.
All right. You grab onto it, and just as earlier described, the branch bends a little with your weight as it just tries to decide where the break should happen, and the stem of this fruit is where it happens, and it breaks off the branch, and it kind of wobbles a bit and returns to a more upright position, a bit higher than it was when it did have the weight of the fruit on it. And you are now holding it, and
I'm
It's
gonna
not-
back away from the tree a little bit and just kind of
it's not
crouch
heavy.
down.
It's not heavy, but there is some amount of heft to it. In fact,
Yeah.
it almost feels a little kind of sloshy, like there's fluid inside.
So what I'm going to do is kind of crouch down to the ground and poke the knife into the side of it and kind of run it down the side of it to like open up the flesh of it while holding it downward so it doesn't, if there is anything, it doesn't spray out onto me.
All right, just very carefully cutting it lengthwise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, creating a big hole in it. As you cut it open, just a bunch of liquid spills out. A bunch of just purplish liquid.
Does this look any reminiscent to the stuff that came out of the red pear?
Well, the liquid in the red pear was more of a red hue.
So that makes me wonder what the fuck this is. Okay, so
Does anyone want to roll comprehend?
Why
'Cause
not?
admittedly, this one is not a difficult jump in logic. All three of you come to the same conclusion at the same time. Sometimes, when a plant is growing fruit, it's not the right color till it's done.
So that means that you just killed a baby. Oh,
It's not ripe yet.
it's not ready yet. So you think this is the?
This is a.
this could be one of many of these things, is what I'm thinking.
Well, I like to think, and probably ignorance is bliss, that this is the only one in the forest.
this stuff was happening before this happened.
That's true.
So what I'm gonna do is after like the liquid's done like pouring out, I'm going to cut through the entirety of it, so it's like in half, and we can see what it looks like inside the fruit.
I mean, it's almost like dissecting a water balloon, except a bit more rigid. It seems like, for the most part, it's a fairly thin, easily punctured membrane, and it's primarily just hollow. There's no real meat to it, no real substance. It seems to primarily just be a vessel to carry fluid.
I wonder what it tastes like.
No.
Okay.
Listen, you can't get mad at me for being curious.
Yes, but we.
Yeah, committing and being curious are two.
That's fair enough. That's fair enough.
That's all I'm saying. It's like,
It's
don't
fair
commit to
enough.
anything you can't come back from.
Well, I never said I couldn't come back from it. We don't know what happened. This isn't like it's not
You've
old enough
literally
to be
seen
mature.
4 instances of this happen.
The thing is, this fruit is not ready yet, so we don't know what it could do instead.
I mean, like father, like son, could probably do it faster because it's younger.
Mm.
Where's Mr. Mittens?
No, we are not
No,
putting my cat
no.
in this.
Even
Curly's
Reese
just
thought-
like having her head in her hands and just like,
We are not. First off, we are not putting Sir Mittens in harm's way. He is staying in the house, and that's where he is staying until I know this is safe for him to go back out romping again.
I don't. First off, what are we gonna do with the tree?
Burn it.
I'm
Or at
gonna-
the very least, keep coming back here and cutting down its fruit so it can't make any more of these things.
Yeah,
Hmm.
why don't you get down the other fruit while you're at it?
Yeah. That's what my plan is. As I go and just hop up and cut the other one next.
All right, you pull it down from its branch and you're holding it.
You gotta repeat the same process I did to the other one and just kind of empty out its liquid onto the ground.
All right. This one has a slightly more reddish hue to it, but same result. It spills its fluid on the ground, and that's about all.
So where did the legs come from in the last one?
Maybe it sprouts legs from the stem when it's done.
Maybe.
That's what I'm theory crafting at this point.
I'm gonna look at the tree some more.
Well, its quote-unquote bark is made out of the former skeleton of a bear.
Mm-hmm.
All the actual living parts of it seem to be made out of that, like, rough. Well, not rough. It's actually fairly smooth, but that hardened red substance.
Great.
It almost seems like veins between the bones, and it digs into the earth a little, and it branches out along the top.
So what I'm thinking is we uproot it.
How are we supposed to do that?
We're gonna need shovels, some lighter fluid, some matches, maybe some hairspray.
Here's an easier option. Let's call Scruffy.
Fair.
Because he has all those things, plus some. And worst case scenario, we can hook the truck up with a long cable to the base of the tree and yank the dang thing out of the ground.
What about its roots, though? If we don't get rid of those, it might just regrow.
Right.
I mean, I suppose we could just use the hole from where the tree was to like make a fire and essentially kill the roots with that. As long as we keep the fire contained in that hole.
Maybe.
There's a lot of things we need to consider when we're doing here.
I mean, we could just make a fire pit around the tree and just burn the tree down to the
Or-
roots.
You might also need to talk to your Firewatch friend.
Yeah, I get the Firewatch friend on this.
Yeah, I'll bring Griff out here and see what we can do. Either way.
Well, your house is closest. Why don't you make the calls? Me and Kelly will stay here with the.
Yeah. Don't do anything stupid while I'm gone.
We won't.
I can't make any promises. I'm sort of a reaction, not an action.
Exactly. I'm more so directing that at Kelly.
Excuse me, what?
You get interested in poke everything.
You know, he has a point.
And then you get mad at me when I want to do something any form of like that. So don't you dare play innocent.
What have I actually poked?
Ladies, you're both ugly. Now go. Make the calls, Allison. I'll stay here with Kelly. We won't do anything. Just get the phone.
I'll go call your mom.
I swear to God.
Holly just kind of rubs her head.
Yep. Riley's gonna just sit on the ground and just play with his hair, and then.
When have I ever poked at stuff?
Listen, I don't know. I mean, to be honest, we do dig our noses in a lot of things. Probably shouldn't. And at this point, there's no going back.
Yes, and the only time I've actually poked at something was because you guys encouraged me to, and the fact that it was the skull.
To be honest, you were the only one to touch it, so in cases that came in handy. Anyway.
Yes.
Allison,
Yay.
would you say that your current location on the map is representative of where Allison has actually managed to make it so far?
Yes.
Roll me an investigate.
Well, shit. It's okay, I'm blind as a bat.
Oh, don't worry. Even a bat would see that. Standing? Basically, well, not in the middle of the path, but kind of off to the side, just a little ways out of the brush, is another one of those strange fruit. Fully legged.
You.
And as with the last one you guys encountered, it's just kind of darting about, trying to, almost like it's trying to stay hidden, but not very well. Might be intentional. The earlier comprehension that maybe it's trying to mimic prey behavior, so far holding true.
Got it. I'm not sure what to do in this situation because if I stab it, shit's gonna spray all over me.
Leroy Jenkins.
But we're not sure what that'll do because it enters through teeth.
So far we only know it goes for teeth. But
I had a pretty bad encounter with it.
You know,
Yeah,
but I'm just gonna keep walking past it and just ignore it.
Alright. It does not seem to be coming after you at all. It seems to kind of just linger in the spot it's in. Just kind
I'll
of,
flip it off.
it doesn't seem to have any sort of response to that.
Good.
If you get most of the way back to your house and look back, you notice that it had moved literally right out into the center of the pathway. Just completely out in the open.
Alright, this little shit. Okay. I'm gonna say on the walkie-talkie to Kelly. So
Kelly
one of
pulls
the
out.
red things is on the walkway to my house.
Fuck.
What do I do in this situation?
Don't you have gloves?
Yeah. It has
Strangle
legs. I'm gonna use this thing as a fucking flail. Give me a minute.
What?
Walkie-talkie on my belt. It's like, all right, come here, you little shit.
All right, you got the gloves on. You're going to grab it.
I'm gonna grab the bitch.
All right, how tight? How fiercely are you grabbing?
I'm not grabbing it fiercely. I'm just grabbing enough to like hold it so it can't move away.
All right, its little legs kind of, try to reach for something like, oh no, you've got me. Ah.
I'm gonna hold the ends of its legs and the top of it. Just kind of hold it sideways.
It's a little difficult because it has like a few legs. It has 5 legs in total.
Yeah, it's essentially the process of like grabbing each of the ends and like holding them with my thumb while I use my other fingers to grab the rest of them.
So you're now holding, the ends of all 5 small fuzzy legs in
5?
one hand. 5 small fuzzy legs in one hand, and holding the top of the thing in the other hand. Just kind of holding it sideways. It's just kind of there.
I'm going to call you Fluffy, and you're going to be my pet.
Are you going to hold Fluffy
Why?
up to the sunlight at all?
Not above me, but an angle where I could see without it getting close to my face. Yes.
So with the light shining through it, you can see something that might seem a little familiar inside of it. Inside the fluid inside of it. You can see little worm-like creatures moving around.
Many Fluffies. You will be my secret weapon against weasels.
Are you serious? We serious about this?
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
You're going to try and introduce a parasitic alien species.
Wait,
as a-
alien?
I think we've already determined that.
I was
We
gonna
didn't all
somewhat
establish
agree.
it was
Nothing about this is human.
I think we've already determined that most of the things in the town are not of this planet.
As the person,
Fair, but I was still
planet.
of the assumption that this is just some weird ass fungus bullshit. The weasels made.
It would still be alien.
He's got a point. It's kind of still an alien.
Like, the mist buffalo are still technically aliens. They're just an alien plant species, or fungus, really.
Either way, this is
I'm-
coming.
I'm almost sorry that I made that revelation for you, but it seemed obvious to, like, everyone else, I think.
Most
Yeah.
likely, yes.
Yeah, like,
Listen, I like to believe things can be somewhat mundane in this
alright,
thing.
I'm terribly sorry that I've taken that away from you, but you're going to introduce a parasitic alien species to a company in the attempts to destroy said company. And you don't see anything wrong with this plan.
I more so plan on putting this on the boss and in his car.
I see. Alright. Good luck with that, I suppose.
This is a terrible plan.
Hey, you know what? William will tell you right where he is. Good luck with that, buddy.
Oh, my plan is just get him to open the window at the very least, and just stab it so it squirts in his eyes. It's gonna be great.
So you're carrying the thing.
Yes, I'm bringing it home. His name is Fluffy.
You're just carefully holding it, carrying it out in front of you. You make it back to your house.
So how are you gonna break it to the family?
Where are you going to put it? It's not like you can just carry this thing around with you all the time.
Do we have any cardboard boxes in the garage?
Probably. Are you sure that would contain it?
I don't know. Otherwise, there's bound to be a lot of duct tape used on this box.
Oh my god.
So I'm gonna put it in the cardboard box and use a ludicrous amount of duct tape to just tape the entire box shut. All sides of it have now been duct taped.
Alright. And it's a box made out of duct tape. You can kind of hear it trying to scurry about inside.
Good job, Fluffy. Now you stay in box. I'm just gonna like
Swear
hide
to
the box
God.
like tucked away in like the very corner of the garage and get on the
Honestly,
all right,
the
now
more,
Fluffy's in the garage and he's my friend now.
the more and more we do this session, the more and more raiding a compound seems more sane. Like,
Ooh, boy, we're only so far through all this. I know what's up ahead. I know that it only gets worse.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna go in the walkie-talkie to Kelly and say, okay, well Fluffy's in the garage now and he's not leaving.
Who's Fluffy?
Take a guess.
oh no, he took the fucking spider in.
It's the red
He yelled
fruit
at us
thing.
for not doing dumb shit. He took a freaking. He took one of the things home.
Go make your phone calls.
Even God is saying, just go make a call. Alright. Oh,
And we'll be here for like another 15 minutes discussing no, don't. But like in character this time. And I know it's not going to change anything.
Oh, you fucking bet.
I'm sorry, but let's skip the arguing between characters. If you want, you can assume it happened. Let's push the story along.
A farm.
Fair enough.
I would go make I would call Griff first and say, so how hard would it be to have a contained fire in the woods, Griff?
He'd kind of look at you. Because I don't think he has a phone. Well, no, he would have a phone up there. He'd probably have his phone up. You could tell that he'd probably be looking at you a little weird. Like, I mean, if it's properly supervised, we've allowed campers to have bonfires in the middle of the woods before. Like a few of the watch guys go down there. Don't indulge in the alcohol the campers brought. Keep an eye on things. So it's doable, I suppose. Why? I think you're a bit
We have an
young for that
old
sort of
tree
thing.
we'd like to burn.
We would like to burn a tree in the forest.
Just some particular tree pissed you off for some reason, or
Science experiment.
Best to show him. Best to show him.
with burning trees?
Yes.
What's the experiment?
To see how nature responds to my madness.
That's an experiment and a half right there.
I mean, observing the life cycle of the forest ain't exactly a bad thing. Watching how it repairs itself after destruction, I suppose. But I'm gonna have to come down there and supervise it, of course.
Okay, good. You're gonna see a bear skeleton. See it a little bit, Griff. Go up close, Scruffy now.
You can
Scruffy
never
Scraps, how can I help you?
Stay Scruffy.
Yeah?
So we're gonna need some expertise on the way to my house. We found another thing that could use your attention if something happens.
I'll get the tow truck.
Much appreciated. I'll
Bring
meet you on
gas.
the road. Bring gas. We're gonna need to make a fire,
Right.
and probably some stuff. But I'll wait on the road and guide you to where you need to be.
Right, I'll keep a lookout for you, try not to run you over.
See you soon, Scruff.
See you soon. Click.
Look at my
Anyways.
phone. I'm going to go grab the fluffy box, and I'm going to walk down the road.
Alright. You have a box. Eventually, Griff shows up. A little bit after that, tow truck shows up. Scruffy's in the tow truck.
So, follow me, you two. Gonna lead them out to the forest with the guys.
Kelly's just kind of like.
I have a
So-
friend in a box.
Scruffy carefully maneuvers his truck between the trees to get to the area that you guys are trying to lead them.
Hmm.
Griff just kind of walks along. He's cool.
So,
Then he sees the tree.
And then they both see the tree. Scruffy seems just stoic. He's just like,
Yes.
that ain't right. Griff seems a bit more startled. It's like, I don't.
so
You kids probably shouldn't be near that thing. We should.
would you like
So-
to see some of its fruit?
I think we should probably get rid of. That can't be natural.
Yeah, no, it's not, and plus it's affecting the wildlife.
It's made zombies.
Yeah, Griff, you've been in the treehouse like way too long. You gotta see some of the crap we've been through. It's the least of your worries.
I'm gonna assume I passed out on watch again, but I'm gonna handle the situation like it's happening.
Yeah.
We should probably get rid of it.
That's
Yes.
the plan. That's why we called our burning guy.
He looks
Yeah.
over at Scruffy. Scruffy looks down at him from the truck.
Yeah.
Eh.
So
we have a
yeah.
man for this.
So just a heads up, guys. So this what it's bearing the purple fruits. Yeah, they turn red and become basically, hey, eat me, type of
I have
Thing.
one in this box. His name is Fluffy.
What?
I don't need to know. It'll all go away when I wake up. I'm just gonna make sure the fire doesn't spread.
will do.
I'll
Also-
wake up in a few minutes once the tree is ash, and that'll be the end of it.
Kelly just goes up and pinches Griff.
Ow!
You're not dreaming.
Oh,
mean
it's
to
the
Griff.
worst case scenario.
Riley like leans over to Allison. Should we tell him about the spaceship?
We don't need to traumatize my friend.
You know, it's kind of funny.
Man, you know what else is funny? Your mom's also in the room right now.
You know what's also funny? I can stab you with my hands.
You know what? I could stab you with a knife.
Can we not, please?
Yeah, it's bad to do that in front of Fluffy.
It's bad to do that in front of family too, but you don't see me stopping. No.
Oh my god.
I mean,
All right.
let's get digging the fire pit.
Yeah,
All right.
Griff. I'd get a hazmat suit if I were you.
He
Oh,
just
do you
kind of
have-
stands off to the side, just kind of rubbing his face, just trying to come to terms with the whole situation. He's a little out of it, but he knows what he's here to do, and he's going to try and do that while the rest of his brain focuses on what the
That works too, Griff. You're doing great. We love you. You're doing
Yeah.
good.
Sorry
Yeah,
on
man.
sorry
I'll
on the
breathe.
factor of you're actually awake for this and not just having a
Kelly,
really
you're
bad.
not helping.
Scruffy's already getting to work, like moving dirt.
We
And
probably should have something to cover our mouths. That way we don't breathe in this fucking tree shit.
You tell us
Yeah.
this, yet we are doing this anyway.
Yes.
Scruffy gets a comb out of his pocket and like brushes his mustache so it covers his mouth a little more, puts the comb away, and says nothing about it.
I'm probably okay. I'm European.
But are you gay or European?
Just start the fucking fire.
A bit of time passes, and unceremoniously, Scruffy lights a match and just kind of flicks it to the tree that has been doused and otherwise prepared for what is about to happen, and it goes up in flames. And it does take a while. Like, you guys are there for, 15, 20 minutes. It's not as long as an actual tree might take, but it does still take quite a while for this thing to burn down until there's pretty much just ash left. And once there is, Scruffy just kind of sifts through it to make sure there isn't anything recognizable left. Gives a nod of his head, gives a nod to you guys, goes, gets in his truck, heads on back. Griff is
Thank you,
still standing there
Scruffy.
He kind of waves to you guys out the, he like he reaches his arm out the window and just kind of waves back to you guys as the truck is pulling away. Griff is still just kind of standing there, looking a bit awestruck, like I'm gonna get back to the fire watch tower and
Don't
Think-
you
think-
eat any red bear's legs?
yeah, I'm just gonna think about my life. I think
Griff,
he's
you're
gonna
doing
turn
a good
around
job.
and walk away.
Would you guys like to meet Fluffy?
Oh god.
I swear to God, if you take that thing out of the box, I am going to stab it.
Can I still?
I
feel
don't
it
care
moving
about
in
the
box?
consequences at this point.
Can I still feel and/or hear it in the box?
You know what we should do? Is we should take it to the junkyard and bring it to the scientist.
Actually, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that.
That's what I was thinking.
It's either that or I throw it in the Weasel Man's car.
Can we not?
I think it'd be funny.
Let's take it to see how.
Let's take it to Mr. Right.
Yeah.
Let's go. Come on, garage.
Real garage hours.
We out here.
All right, you guys are making your way on.
Making our way downtown.
Yeet.
God.
Gotta move my freaking character sheet.
I did too.
Maybe we should ask Griffy for a ride.
Maybe. I mean, if you're planning to go to the garage anyways.
I mean, it was kind of halfway through before Dingus McGingus here brought Beetlejuice in a box.
So we head down to the lab, I presume.
Yeah, let's go take it down to Dexter's laboratory.
Is William out?
He's not here at the moment because he's off keeping an eye on the Weasel CEO, as was requested.
Okay, so
Let's go.
You guys
talk-
don't really have a way into the garage at the moment.
Crap.
Is Scruffy back?
He is back already.
does he has
Right.
Do you think he has a way in?
I imagine William would leave him the key if he's not here.
you will say that he kept the key.
I say ask Scruffy.
Yeah.
Again.
Hey, Scruffy.
You guys go over to his little office It's like one office
Mm.
building thing that he kind of
Do
operates
you-
out of.
Do you happen to have
Never
a
leave him alone.
Do you happen to have a spare for the lab?
Well, you see, there's a bit of an issue at the moment, which is the lights are off, and if you guys peek your heads up enough to see through the glass, those of you who are a bit on the shorter side, you would see he's all the way at the other side of the building, which isn't very far.
Mm-hmm.
It is a distance, and he's just kind of laying in bed with his hat pulled over his eyes, probably
He's a-
sleeping.
He's
God damn it.
asleep.
Alright, you know what? I ain't bothering the man.
Yeah.
You're keeping that thing. You're taking care of it until we can get in the lab.
Okay.
Scruffy's had a busy day.
Yeah.
Scruffy's tired, and the poor guy's had enough as is.
Yeah. Fair
So-
enough.
So,
I should go leave it in Trevor's yard.
No.
No. You're keeping it. It's not going in the man's car. It's not going in Trevor's yard. It's not going in Ted's house. It's not going anywhere except your house in your garage where it's going to stay until we can do something with it and analyze it and then put it in the man's car.
But quick question for Respawn, because you never answered my question earlier. Do I still hear it in the box?
It's still scuttling around in there, as far as you can tell. It's kind of scratching at the sides of the box, almost like it's trying to make noise so it can be found.
Shh, Fluffy, you'll be let out soon.
Does that thing even eat?
I have no idea.
My thought is kind of seeing how we're dealing with more plant life based than anything. I guess it doesn't really need to. I mean, it probably has the supplements in it for a short while.
It should
Maybe.
be able to. It should last the night.
Yeah. It
Okay.
should.
Man, if it doesn't, cool. I'll go find another one.
We're not doing the fucking.
Okay.
And if we found another tree, we'll basically do
We'll
what we
burn it.
did. We'll burn it.
Cut the fruit down and burn it.
Alright. I think
So-
then we're done here for tonight. Hello?
Yeah. I'll
You
go
guys
hide
have
this
anything-
somewhere at
Yeah,
home
go
so
hide
the
that.
folks
I'm
won't
gonna-
find it.
I can't work on it today because William's not in, so I guess I'm gonna go spend some time at the treehouse.
Go be with the danger noodle.
I don't even have the energy to smack you. Just have a good night.
See you,
have the
Riley.
energy to put up with a lot of things.
People are going their ways and going home.
Yeah.
We are roughly at the usual time. So,
Mhm.
if anyone has any last things they would like to do on their way home or once they get home,
I'll leave my
take a moment and consider it, because I'm going to go use the restroom real quick, and then I'll come back and hear what you guys are planning, and then of course questions and end of session stuff.
Okay.
I'll leave that.
Emily's gonna be just starting to walk and such.
Yeah, Nelson's probably gonna walk alongside because it is on the way home.
Yeah.
Today has been a strange day, and Mr. Fluffernutter here is going to be a science rap. It's gotta be great.
Of course.
Well,
I
what would you
just
have to do with it?
I'm just more in a sense of mentally still kind of wrapping my head around the fact that another one of my drawings came to reality in a sense of prediction wise.
Listen, you're like a prophet, a seer. It doesn't matter what the title is. Point is, you see things before they'll happen. Use that to your advantage. We'll just assume that everything you've had these visions or drawings of is going to happen.
Yeah, and there's still a few things that have not happened which concern me.
Yeah.
For example, the painting of the guy being stabbed through the chest.
You know, I feel like that's not going to be my fault, surprisingly.
He has
Then again, you never know.
and he has a smile on his face.
Weasel Man.
You think so?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Because if the bread could be insinuating to the fruit. My idea is maybe because what was said earlier was the king that was replaced before anyone even realized it happened. Maybe that's what happened with the weasel seed
That
a
could
number
be
of
it.
years back.
Yeah, I
Maybe
mean,
something happened.
there's the factor of some of my drawings I've drawn in the past actually came to tuition in a sense of things, like, for example, the tornado, in the sense
Yeah.
of things.
So maybe it's not something we'll see, it's something from the past.
That's going to be brought up sooner or later.
And I think it already has, and we just haven't seen it.
Or hear about it.
Exactly, because all of our like the adults are all like avoiding talking about him.
Yeah.
But I can't say for certain. I'm not the brightest of the bunch. I'm just here to keep it from all y'all from getting.
Also, what do you mean I poke around and such? From earlier.
Oh, I meant that in a slightly literal sense. And you punched an alien over the city.
I did not mean to! I was being possessed by the gloves.
Uh-huh, sure you were.
I'm sorry, I was stuck in my own head with a voice that was wanting to murder and kill.
I think you're just telling a story.
I'm sorry, don't you recall my eyes being bloodshot red?
You know, things can be taken out of context. There's like just a small just grin of just being sarcastic about everything right now.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. I mean, we didn't know the gloves could do that.
Well, you know what? Next time, don't take the gloves off. Keep them on.
Literally, I was starting to get dizzy.
Well, I don't know anyone named Dizzy. How could you get them?
God.
Did I ever mention that joke to you guys, by the way? The one that's kind of associated with the gloves?
I think you did, but I don't remember what it was.
The phrase for,
Yeah,
you
we
know,
know
when
the
some-
phrase.
yeah.
Time to take off the gloves.
Alright, that's it, buddy. The gloves are coming off!
Yeah.
I still think it's hilarious.
I'm still happy I predicted a rock at the first session. Let's throw a rock at it. It's just the best thing that's happened, in my own opinion, because it's. But
Alright. Has everyone made it back to thine homes?
Kelly.
Those
Back-
two are still talking.
Yeah, Kelly and Allison's been kind of chatting with one another. Fair enough.
But all that said, you have a good night. I'm going to find somewhere to put this thing so it doesn't make noise. The parents don't find it.
Yeah, will do.
So, you have a good night, Kelly.
See you, Allison. Kelly's gonna go
No.
into the store. Go upstairs. Go to her room and just kind of flop on her bed.
Fair enough. It's been quite the day.
And unless Respawn has anything further planned, I will just yeet my token up top.
Alright. No, I'd say that would about do it. I hope everyone has had fun.
Hello.
Well, that was very mediocre and no other responses.
Bro.
Bruh.
Bro, I'm tired and on autopilot right now.
Alright, fair enough. I'll get it over with so you can get out of here.
Someone took my strong flashlight.
Question 1. Well, of course, make sure your sheets are open so you can allot points.
Mm-hmm.
Did you participate in the session?
Yep.
Kuma?
Yeah.
Good. Question 2. Have you been in trouble because of your problem or your relationships?
Yes.
I would like to say yes.
Okay.
I don't know about me.
You can take a no on that one if you want.
I don't think Kelly had much in that regard today.
We
Fair
kept
enough.
Kelly out of trouble for once? What?
Did you use or struggle with your pride? Keep in mind, if you don't think yours is coming up enough, you can change it.
Yes.
I would say no on mine.
Yes, on my end.
All right. Good. Did you put yourself at risk for the other kids?
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Technically yes, because Kelly did usher in, like, kind of help out in a sense of things.
All right. And last, but certainly not least, because it's the one I love the most. What have you learned something new, and what is it?
So there's now weird trees sprouting around the forest, sprouting these weird fruits.
Right here.
We've learned that the fruits
Guys, it's in this room.
seem somewhat sentient from the looks of things and actively try and get themselves eaten so they can further spread their spores or a parasitic being.
The CEO is doing unusual activity. Garbage. Same, the building most of the time. So, unusual activity.
You good with those answers, Respawn?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I took a bite of a not great burger and disassociated through both of their answers.
Bruh.
You got
Bruh.
my answer, correct?
I got your answer. Yours was the trees.
Mm-hmm.
What were Agent and Coombs?
Agent was about the fruits.
Fruit.
Being like
Sentient and suicidal.
and then
Alright.
Kuma was how the CEO of the Weasels is acting really odd.
Alright, I will accept all those answers. Give yourselves points. You had a wonderful time.
And I got
And
5, so I can switch.
Give me all skedaddle.
I have 10 because I forget to spend experience.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I'm just gonna put both levels into move, so all of my body perks are at 5.
I'm putting mine at Tinker again.
I am fit as a fiddle. I have 5 sneak, 5 force, and 5 move.
Yeah.
I
have
am
4
all
Tinker
in
now.
on body. I am a bodybuilder now.
I have
well.
5 in move now, so
Fast.
Keep in mind, you can't up your base stats unless it's your birthday.
yep. Yeah, I know. So it's 5 in move.
Yeah, making sure.
I know.
It's not you I'm worried about.
What are you coming at
Anyway.
me for?
I'm coming at all yous. I don't
I have-
trust a single one of you.
I've done nothing wrong. I captured Fluffy, and that's about the worst thing I've done.
Yeah, I've also captured an animal, but I've less proportions, less threat.
Yes, you see, that's the strange thing, Agent. Every time I think you've done something horrible, you do something worse.
What do you mean? What was the horrible thing I
You
did?
keep
Like,
finding worse decisions to make that don't bite you in the ass, and it bothers me. Don't stop doing it. It makes this very interesting, but you keep doing it.
what was the last one I did before this then?
I don't even remember. It's been eclipsed by the current one. It pales in comparison, whatever it was. I don't recall.
I made a friend. I named him Fluffy. He now lives in the garage in a box.
Oh my god.
Congratulations.
Perhaps we can figure out what exactly he is.
Oh my god.
I make very stupid decisions, but in the
We're
long
going
run,
to
they
fucking die in like Tales of the Flood.
Maybe.
Flood-
I mean, if you guys are going to die, that's where it'll happen. If anyone's
Listen.
going to die, that's where it'll happen.
I'm excited for things for the flood. I think that's where things would get really interesting. Like, not
That's
say
where
you're,
things-
not say
chaotic.
this is definitely interesting and fun, but I think things from the flood is where things are gonna pick up traction and get like serious, and
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
because-
cool as shit.
I mean, hey, think of it this way. You know how things aren't like outright trying to kill you, and there's some amount of a narrative saying like, "Oh yeah, no, it's aliens."
Yeah.
You know how you guys have the privilege of having both a fairly understandable, if a little confusing at times, narrative and kitty gloves.
Yeah.
Things from the Flood has neither.
This is fine. We can just
There
straight
will
up.
not be a coherent narrative. I will not be explaining a goddamn thing.
Also, we're in
Literally
kindergarten.
no NPC you guys could talk to would have any idea what the fuck is going on to give you advice or knowledge or insight into the situation.
That's the point where we legitimately have to take notes.
Pretty much. Good luck. I'm not even sure notes will help you at that point because it's going to feel like a fever dream pretty much the whole way through. And that's the point.
Rugs.
That's why I'm excited for Things for the Flood whenever that comes. It's gonna be fun and it's gonna get fused and we're probably gonna die.
I don't know if fun's the word for it, but we'll see.
I find fun
point?
in the suffering of characters.
What's the point of the game if it's not fun?
Telling a story. That's the point. We're not here to have fun, we're here to tell a story.
Listen, if I don't lose at least one finger, I will be disappointed in Things from the Flood.
Fucking Things of the Flood is just
We'll
Gears of
see.
War with more narrative.
I mean, here's the thing. By that point, you guys will have quote unquote leveled a bunch.
I'm
It'll
gonna
be less likely. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
I'm gonna send these folks off to Curb.
Goodbye,
And-
people.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Don't
I
die.
welcome the Burger Town Chilies.
But assumedly by that point, you guys will have, quote unquote, leveled a good bit. She'll be